Yeah.
Literally in Cyberpunk.
Dude, I wasn't expecting it to be that good. Like I was like, okay, it's
Isn't it
anime.
Trigger?
It's Trigger, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's I love the video game. Like, you can ask Andrew. We actually got in a fight over it because like the game, I loved it and it was so good. And Andrew's like, "Fuck you and your stupid computer! I can't run it on my PS4."
I did. Oh no. Okay, hold on. So what happened was that he was going on and on about the computer. This is when the PS4 broke. PS4 version was still broken, and he's just like, "Well, just get a better computer." And I'm like,
No. I offer you my computer. I was like, between Alex and I, we can build you a killer computer.
We have the parts.
Anyways, so he's tired of me talking about Cyberpunk, but the anime, like I watched it, and towards the end, I was like, now when I hear the music, I was like in the car, like, oh.
But I'm like going on about like the Expanse and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, have you seen the Cyberpunk anime?" I'm like, "You already got me on one. All right, just take it slowly."
It only works on a 4K TV though, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, sorry,
We don't have 4K.
I'm still lukewarm. I'm still lukewarm on the Cyberpunk game. I'm not convinced it's going to be the experience I want. So.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like reskinned Grand Theft Auto.
Still over here playing.
I guess I really want a Cyberpunk game
For
should be.
I watched like Heather's sister's boyfriend play for like 30 minutes or so, and I was like, it looks like GTA with exactly. I had to get there.
Yeah.
This dude I know.
Dude. Yeah, I mean it is, but the main story is so well written. I'm just sad that it launched in such a like tragic way.
Oh yeah.
Because the main story, the part that they wrote with like Keanu Reeves and all that, is so good. And, like all that is so good.
I mean,
but everything around it is just like, fuck you if you don't have a 3080 Ti.
Yeah, CD Projekt Red didn't do themselves any favors.
Nope.
Enjoy 30 FPS.
Don't get me wrong. I managed to somehow clear out 400 gigs so I can play it, but it's not on the top of my priority list right now.
And I understand why. Like a lot of people got burned. I got lucky because I didn't even have a good graphics card at the time, and somehow my computer managed to fucking run it. At 1440p.
Like it's just like shoving all the game memory into the fucking.
Your computer was just like fucking heavy breathing, just.
There's like a smoke stain against the wall on my computer.
You just like burned a hole in your carpet.
Yeah, the fucking hard drive I have attached to my PS4 is like a fucking clown car right now.
Oh shit! All right, well we're live. Sadly, we're not gonna be on Facebook, which is where most of our people is. I'll just put a link. But welcome to another episode of A Talk of Opportunity. Thank you for hanging around so far with our crazy talks about the Expanse and Cyberpunk. I promise we're here for D&D, but this is the time that we get to catch up with each other. So you get to deal with that. We don't have Howard today, but with that,
we need
Andrew.
We need sound effects.
All yours.
I don't have any. The only sound effect I have is the bong for Howard, and he's not here.
Somebody get a fucking stream deck and just attach like stream sound effects to it.
We need
Fine, I guess I'll do that.
We need the sound of Gar running away specifically, though.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the sound of Gar running away is just
brownies.
Like a Nightcrawler bamf. He just disappears.
Bro, the Steelers,
just turn around and
bro.
there's like an outline of Gar.
More like a little like
there's like in like a show when there's like all of a sudden there's a sudden absence of something and they just do like the sort of lines coming out from the shape of where the person used to be. It's like boom, boom,
yeah,
boom,
like
with a question mark, like where?
No, not here. Where'd they go?
Nope.
And like the TikTok automatic robot voice, not here. Where did they go?
Oh god, I hate it.
The fucking TikTok voice. Anyways, all right. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. When we last left our heroes, after defeating a Yeti, they returned to Brent Chandler. Okay, that's kind of pretty much it. No,
So a whole lot of nothing happened last episode.
Well, with a lot of logistics.
We were busy.
combat happened.
Yeah.
All right, you guys were looking for a cave to stash the dragon's hoard. You managed to find a cave. However, due to dice rolls, a blizzard happened, and that blizzard set upon you an abominable yeti that beat the ever living fuck out of Mittens. Mittens, I'm happy you're still with us.
It
So
almost got one shot.
It wasn't me.
Yeah.
if it wasn't for that uncanny dodge, yeah, it would have been oof. Anyways, and so after putting down the beast, with like not really that much help from the kobolds, they were just kind of there. You managed to stow the treasure away into the cave, and Barry just picked up a big old rock and moved it in front of said cave. And then you guys made it back to Bryn Shander, and Bryn Shander, Swift, and Gar, except Gar's not going to be here, went to go tell Copper what happened to Macretus. Barry found a little teeny tiny Tempest shrine, and is, making it all nice and whatnot. And Octavio and Menzo, I guess, are just happy to be there.
Hi.
So we're gonna pick up. We're actually gonna pick up with Beery, fixing up the the little mini shrine of Tempest.
All right.
So
Beautiful.
yeah. So Beery, how are you fixing up this shrine?
Where is the shrine?
I will
Pick a building, any building. This is gonna be
Let
like
me-
the moment you guys picked your house and go or
Oh
something.
god.
Oh yeah.
and actually it happened to be like a crab mansion or something. The crab shack.
Oh, is it time for the Crab Shack's return?
I mean, talk about doorstep delivery right there.
Yeah.
Well, the call is coming from inside the house.
All right, I literally just rolled on the actual town map, so here it is.
There we go.
just threw a dice on the map, and that's where it landed. Okay, that's where it is.
All right. So, is there somebody here that takes care of the shrines, or is it kind of like, give me some lay of the land?
Okay.
Yeah, I follow Beery, by the way.
Okay, so yeah, it's you see that there are shrines for some of the, I don't want to say esoteric, but probably the, Jesus Christ, Octavio.
I know.
Meandering through town.
For some of the probably what?
How long did it take you to do that?
So long.
Like 2 seconds.
Probably
to do that many clicks?
Yeah, it's not hard.
I don't believe you.
I can do it again.
Jose,
He's doing it for five minutes.
all right.
No,
Crash
look,
roll
check,
20.
I'm not starting right now.
No, you ain't, because I'm taking away your privileges.
Oh man.
Can be edited and controlled by me only.
How can something
Anyway.
that takes 2 seconds take so long to resolve?
So long.
Oh look,
Is he gonna
Octavia's
turn around?
back.
Okay, cool.
Anyways, so what you find is that you find it's something like akin to a graveyard, but not really, where it's shrines for the like lesser worship gods of this region in an area that is surrounded by a wrought iron fence, and there is, you could tell by like the places there is a groundskeeper, but they're probably not doing their job properly. Like the area desperately needs, well, I wouldn't say weeding, there's no weeds here, but it definitely needs some cleaning up. The
Shoveling.
the gate on the wrought iron fence screams and rust on its hinges and stuff.
I take out the jar of lard from my bag and I just like smear it on the gate.
Gross.
Not smear, schmear. That's
Smear.
the word. That's
In
the
particular.
word. Blech. Okay.
Boom. So I just
Okay.
WD-40'd the gate. Okay. Problem solved.
Bye, guys.
Beer's here to do maintenance, okay?
Okay, so you put WD-40 on the gate, and there you find that you recognize the flaming sword sigil of Tempest. there, but amongst them are some of like the other like lesser gods. In this case, like one would be like Alona, because what is a god of or a goddess of like harvest gonna do here or something like that?
Just drop off her the quiver, you know.
Yeah, and then there's like Umberly, the goddess of the sea, because once again, why? And just stuff like that. So.
Okay.
But they all seem to have like the same level of like not neglect but like apathy in terms of maintenance.
Gotcha. So just I don't know, an entire yard full of statues that no one's really paying attention to.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to go up to Tempest's shrine and start setting out the the good bottle of alcohol there, set up all the candles and censers and incense.
Okay.
Light some incense, light the candles. Put the
Oh,
hand.
Octavia's a little confused. He thinks that this is part of our mission somehow, and we're just cleaning the whole place.
Oh no.
So as she's cleaning her shrine, I start cleaning the rest for some
Wait,
picking up.
Octavio, that's not mine.
Yeah, but we're cleaning. We're just cleaning up, right?
We're just here for this guy.
It's just-
And I pointed at the statue.
Oh, as I have like a pile of like sticks and a bunch of crap on me, like just drop it all in one. Okay.
Which one does it land in front of?
Oh,
Yeah.
It lands in front of geez, hold on.
Yeah, in the most disrespectful way possible. Just.
I'm just gonna put this trash right here.
It lands in front of the god Denier, the god of writing. Ooh.
That guy in particular has really fucked with us this campaign, so I'm having none of him.
Yeah, right.
Someone's gonna get a terse letter, and when you open it up, it's like a glyph of war.
Octavio already got a terse letter. Thank you very much.
True.
We're gonna get a
Now
howl
I'm gonna-
this time.
That so this
Now I'm gonna
is
have
this
so
is
many
just
misspellings.
this is just desserts for the terse letter we've already got.
Yeah, all it says is I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed, and then you have to take
Oh.
8d8 fire damage.
And then, as all of the letters begin to fall to the bottom of the page.
Again. No.
Shit! Why does this specifically keep happening?
You are now the DM of Melting Pages.
It's
Congratulations.
almost like the DM had one good idea and is trying to stretch it out over a series of
If Swift was there, Swift would have done this on purpose. Fuck this guy.
Fuck
all
your
books are
books.
cursed.
This guy.
Not only have both books Swift interacted with been terrible, we also almost got killed by a bookshop owner.
Oh shit, I didn't even make that connection.
Yeah. Oh goodness. Okay.
Literally.
While we're there, I'm gonna also put the hand axe there, and the Yeti horns.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you're setting this up, you notice
I put one of my extra perfume bottles on it too.
Oh, thanks, buddy. That's nice.
so
Just a big old grin.
and as you're setting this up and you're making it all nice and you're lighting the incense and you're putting the Yeti horns and whatnot, the one thing you notice is that Octavia's gotten really quiet suddenly, and the wind has stopped. But you hear like a small not gathering, but you hear like voices behind you.
How do you know things are going wrong? Time is quiet.
I was about to say, I'm like sitting there, just still setting up. Like I put the hand axe down, I put the Yeti horns on either side. I'm just like, Octavia, let me hear you, so I know you're not going to get into trouble.
Okay,
You're gonna put a little bell on me.
where's Octavia? He's been too quiet. Make sure he's not eating something he's not supposed to. Spit it out. Drop it. Octavia's fighting with Gus over here.
Yeah. No, it's my jerky.
Oh my goodness.
But you do hear like the muttering of voices and stuff behind you and whatnot, and you hear a faint flapping noise.
That's weird. All right, I turn around.
You turn around, and what you see is, hold on, god damn it, I just had it. Where'd it go? This. Hold on. Wait. This. Boom.
Oh, the witchlight. Here we go.
No.
You should have warned me.
Let's go.
Curiously, in the middle of this abandoned courtyard is a crimson tent with a white peak laced with golden thread. One of the tent flaps lazily blows in the breeze, and inside you can see, curiously, what seems to be empty suits of armor walking around inside.
I'm still standing at the altar, and I just kind of like, I turn around, I grab the bottle.
Octavia's not there.
I know. I take one giant swig, and put the cork back on, and kind of just start walking over to the tent with the bottle in my hand.
Okay. Inside, you see that the tent is larger somehow than it is on the outside, and within you see that chairs and tables have been set up, and that as you get closer to the floating like cuirasses and pauldrons and stuff, you see like the ghosts of people walking within the suits of armor. Like as you get close to them, they start to become a bit more corporeal, not to the point of being material, but corporeal nonetheless. They're standing in a big circular on a big circular table with a map of topography that you find familiar is Tempest. He has gotten much younger looking. The crow's feet had since receded. There's color in his hair again, but more importantly, his armor is now like winterized. You can see that that he has the enamel armor that is now shining a bit more, but he's also wearing like a fur lined coat and stuff around it, and he's looking at what you recognize as a map of Icewind Dale.
I walk up to the table and put the bottle down on the edge of it, and just, well, Tempest, you're looking quite lively, and like you're ready. Well, it's like you belong in Icewind Dale.
He turns to you, acknowledging your presence, as like somebody in a floating cuirass, like hands him like memos and stuff like that, like small notes and pieces of paper and stuff. And he goes, yes, thanks to you, thanks to you in that glorious display there. He points to one of the towns. I've been able to establish a much better view of Icewind Dale, and you actually see that the map itself, for the most part, is blacked out. Like you can still see the topography of the map. It's a 3D map. You can still see the topography, what you recognize as like the spine of the world and stuff. But you can see the areas that you have been have been lit up dimly. Like you can see Kelvin's Cairn is lit up. You can see some of the towns have been lit up as well. But you see that Bremen, in particular, lights up like a torch. It's like the area around it is illuminated. And what's it? Like Bryn is well lit. Bremen is very well lit, but Goodmead is like still kind of dim. And you come to understand that this is the areas in Icewind Dale where your influence has started to garner more attention in terms of people following Tempest now. So with your ridiculous display in the Brim and Brawling Pit, lots of people have either started to convert or believe more in Tempest. However, in some of the towns, you see that there are little purple, like wooden models that look like craggy crowns. There's one in East Haven. There's one in Caer Dineval, and there is one. Hold on. And there is one that is outside of Bryn Shander, between Bryn Shander and East Haven. And he goes and he says, Beery, thanks thanks to you, I've once again got a better view of Icewind Dale. However, I have gotten some intel on our mutual enemies here, and he points at the little purple wooden crown figure. And it says, and he says, have you noticed something on the placements of these crowns as opposed to where they're not?
Not entirely. I've died in a few of these places.
No.
I'm just taking a shot in the dark here.
This is where we have confirmed the locations by yourself or by other sources of the Dwargar threat known as the Sunblight clan.
Yes, the Sunblight.
Craggy Crown.
The Craggy Crown, indeed. I'm actually, for the sake of this, I'm actually going to bring all y'all to the Icewind Dale map. If I can find it.
Were you going to put him on the map?
No.
Oh, you should.
I don't have a... Oh, you know what? Okay. If someone wants to draw me a little purple crown, that'd be great.
I got you.
Okay.
All my training.
All my training.
But he says, see here, and he points at East Haven, and he points at Caer Dineval. From your perspective, notice how they attack these villages. Thank you. Oh, hold on. I can't select it.
Still not done.
Oh, okay. Notice how they have their presence have been noticed in these villages here, as opposed to all the other towns.
Yes, we're trying to locate where these Dwargar are coming from. We suspect it is somewhere north of that.
I actually believe
Somewhere around there?
No. If you notice,
No.
if you notice, they've attacked.
I didn't review my notes. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Like just like all the details that Jose is adding to the crowd.
Jose, just let me select the damn thing. Okay, it's there. It's good.
You need to drop Shadow.
Oh no! You need to select all of it and group it.
Oh,
No.
look
That's
how sad
it.
it is.
Oh my
You
God.
know,
That's it.
Craggy
No.
Crown. It's
Craggy
a
Crown.
craggy crown.
Just
No, this is
Control
better.
C.
Honestly, this is better.
Control C. No. You're like my client. Stop.
No, I like it better this way.
just. Yeah.
The customer's always right.
No, they're always wrong.
Okay.
Ooh,
All right.
okay, I can make more details.
Sorry for the interruption.
No, you don't have to.
You go on.
Jesus. And
Octavia's outside of Tempest's tent screaming. He has no
Get that
idea what's going on.
get that man out of here. You solitary now. As a couple of floating cuirasses like pick up Octavio by the armpits, like no.
Yuri, what is
I
this?
need to
I don't
stay.
understand.
Anyways, so he says based on the intel we've gathered, these Dwargar seem to obviously seem to be coming from the Underdark, which tend to happen when tectonic plates or the openings to the Underdark tend to happen where there's tectonic collisions, which in plain English he says to you, which suspects me to believe that perhaps our Dwargar friends are actually a little bit closer to home than we suspect. I don't think they're north of here, and then he takes like a little crop with the panel and pushes the crowns down. He says, I actually want to think that they are. Oh, I'm moving everything. And he okay, we'll just imagine I'm moving everything. He says, I actually think that they're somewhere around here, and he pushes all the crowns towards what you know is the spine of the world.
Yeah, as soon as he said like tectonic plates, I'm just like, oh shit. So you believe the Underdark opening is located somewhere there?
Yes. And from what
Perhaps know where? Maybe? No, okay. No specificity. Okay, I understand the game.
I don't have eyes yet there, Barry. That's where I'm hoping you can come in. I want to see if perhaps there can be some way you can scope out that area. But we also have bigger problems. He says as he lays out a note. We have reason to believe that this Chardalin that they are gathering. We have reason to suspect that they might be weaponizing this. And which way I'm not entirely sure. But with their connection to with their connections to Asmodeus and the fact that this is activated by infernal magic, we have reason to believe that they might be using this as some sort of weapon of some kind.
Did you happen to see everything on our travels to that Dark Duchess ship, perchance?
No, you went dark there.
Well, we did happen to run into the goddess of death and mushrooms, or demon of fungi?
Demon Prince
like
of Fungi.
Demon Prince of fungi.
The Demon Queen. Okay.
Sorry, Demon Queen.
I thought they were all demon princes, even though they're technically.
Oh, yeah.
No. The women are queens. Okay.
Sorry, we ran into the Demon Queen of Fungi on the ship, and then on our way back, we did happen to see it was the wolf tribe.
Bear.
Bear. Okay.
It was Bear Tribe.
The Ragged Bear tribe. Well, it seems as though they have fused the Chardalin within their own bodies, and were driven quite mad, actually.
This makes me wonder how they can use it then. If it carries psychosomatic properties or psychotic properties such as that.
Could it be that the tribe was just an experimentation?
Let's not come to any conclusions yet on that. We don't want to jump the gun on this. Someone's like, "What's a gun?" Don't worry about it.
You'll find out soon. Tempest is like, "Oh, I got stuff brewing."
And when it comes out, holy shit!
It's gonna blow you away.
Yeah. Anyways, let's not jump to conclusions on that. However, it also due to the plethora of Chardalin here found in Icewind Dale, that might be. I don't believe the Dwargar came here to test Chardalin. I believe Dwargar came here because of the Chardalin to gather it.
As they attempted to steal an East
That's
Haven.
too well rendered. You can't look that good. It's supposed to be craggy.
That's too dark of a black outline. You need a little dark. You need a little lighter there.
It's gonna be a charcoal outline.
It's supposed to look like shit. It's craggy.
I'm deleting this specific one.
To make me laugh is hard.
Now it doesn't look like a crown. It looks like a purple dude just raising his
It
head.
does look. Yeah. I was just thinking about this.
He pulled his sweater over his head and it's just going
Grimace is having a grand old time in Icewind Dale.
Grimace
This
is
environment.
It looks like Grimace is at a fucking soccer game.
Grimace is doing the wave.
With the scarf and shit.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Tempest, what is going outside of this tent? I have no. What is this guy?
Yeah, sometimes they do that. Stop that, he says to the little crab.
Oh.
Anyways, But what I also believe is that these 3 instances, I don't think this was the entirety of their forces.
No.
To me, this tells me they're scouting out the area.
Was it you that sent me the visions of oh god, what is that place? What is that place? What is that place? Lonely Wood burning?
Mm-hmm.
Any timeline on that?
I don't. All I can tell you, Barry, is that I can't tell you when 0 hour is on that, but I can tell you do have time.
Oh, good. Okay, because yeah, we're heading to the spine of the world.
Yeah, my intel makes me believe that they have yet to fully mobilize.
That's
And,
good.
and so because of that, I'm tasking you with something very important. We both know that this place is a powder keg, and the match is getting lit even as we speak. However, we have to make do with the time that we have, and I am counting on you, Barry. I need you to mobilize a force within Icewind Dale. Unfortunately, I'm cut off from the rest of the world. I can't bring anything outside in.
Well, I believe you already tasked me with this.
Yes, but I was unaware of him. And you see the tent flap open, and you see like Octavio, like, I don't know, chasing a butterfly.
What's a butterfly doing here?
It's a nice butterfly.
You mean by
Oh
like,
yes, the ice butterflies. Don't know anything about bees, but butterflies, absolutely.
so you mean my fiery cinnamon?
Is this a
roll out
chewing gum?
there?
Not him, but his connections.
The golden dragon.
Orcs.
Oh, that too.
Yes.
I mean, hey, he has a lot of connections. He's from Waterdeep.
If we, unfortunately, Waterdeep might as well be on the moon right now. If we can get the orcs on our side in this conflict, they will be a powerful force of reckoning. 1 orc warrior is worth 3 humans. Yeah, that's what Octavia's doing. Octavia's fighting with Gus over a piece of jerky and actively losing.
I was gonna see Gus trying
I've
to
been
attack his
training
big
him.
bag of tea.
I've been training
technique
Gus.
submissions.
Yeah, he's trying to teach Gus how to get how to make tea, and Gus is just taking the tea bag, just like shaking it around.
Gus just rips open the tea bags and just sticks his nose all up in.
Oh my god. Catnip for foxes. Well,
Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but you and your friends alone are not a worthy force, or not a worthy force. Hold on, let me take that back. Let me run that back.
well,
You and your
one,
friends
how
are
dare
shit.
You? Second, who just restored your tent here?
Hold on, me as the DM. Let me run that back.
Beer's
I
about
All
to
the
get
PCs ain't shit. You ain't shit.
Powerful though you may be, I'm afraid we need more people. We
We need an
need
army.
we need meat for the machine.
We need blood for the blood gods.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Skulls
know
for the
this
skull
was-
throat.
Is Tempest getting into World War One too early? Because
He is the god of war, so
he's just sitting here like in a parallel universe. Oh boy!
you can't you unfortunately can't be everywhere at once. So I suggest we get his people or whatever they are. We try to get them on our good side, and you unfortunately are going to have to talk to your people. And I don't mean just the Wormdoom clan.
I understand. We thankfully found someone with very clear answers along the way.
This is good. Gather as much intelligence as you can.
My sass is bouncing off of Tempest.
God of War, you think he can't deal
I
with
know.
some sass?
I was like, his anti-sass armor. What are you talking about?
He deals with active aggression. You think he can't handle passive aggression?
Yeah, you just see the sasses just fly right off.
Yep.
Just tinks right off of his armor.
We found someone that can actually give us answers. You fuck.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, that's lovely. Good for you. I'm glad
Then
you
why don't you?
figured
Yeah.
stuff
Then why don't
out.
you go use them?
Yeah, cool. What do you want? A fucking parade? Awesome. Anyways, get out of my way.
Oh, actually, I do. It'll be nice.
You get the parade
I even
afterwards.
brought you some alcohol.
Jesus Christ!
I was like, what? Stop.
He's fucking graphic designing over here.
I
Roll
have
20.
now.
Jose, you're ruining this.
How?
I mean, it's
I'm
better.
right over here.
it's
I've just
better
been
than
watching this
Grimace.
process the entire time.
I can't help it.
That's okay.
All right. Tempest, do you have any more information for us?
It's like a Halloween
we
crown.
now know who is behind all of this in Icewind Dale.
Yes.
There is
However-
one question.
Yes.
Do you know anything about the Codicil of White? Namely, how the hell do we get our hands on it? Beery just leans back in her chair. She's like,
One of your friends was able to use that mirror to catch a glimpse of where it was at, correct?
yes, and then we were attacked by the creature we saw not too long after.
Tell you what. I'll do some research here on my end. I'll see what intel I can gather, but I suggest you talk to your wizard friend there, and I don't mean him. Pointing at Octavio. I suggest you talk to your wizard friend there and try to see what you can gather from that.
See what we can do. So, orcs, Goliaths, is there anybody else I need to recruit for this? No small children?
No. Perhaps we can rope the Germans into this, and then we can blame them for the whole conflict.
That got dark.
Germans? I've never heard of that nation. Or this tribe.
That's where you'll never mind.
No, Germans suck at winter warfare. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
You
We
want
just
us to lose?
We just need a scapegoat. That's
You
all
need
we
more. You need more. You need more
preaching at
shifters. Is what you need.
Oh, with the Russian
There's the,
accent.
there's the
Hold on now.
reason. There's the reason Swift has been so OP. It's because he has a Russian accent, and we are an
This is
icy
nothing.
Icewind Dale.
Anyways.
Anyways, is there anything else I need to know before I descend back into the substantial plane? I don't know.
No, that should pretty much cover it.
Is this one? All right, Andrew. Now you just clap your hands and I just disappear.
Okay.
All right, that's it. We're done.
All right, now I can get rid of all these fucking crowns.
Hey, no.
No, leave them. We need the crowns.
Fine. But I'm
Is there supposed to be a fourth one over where Jose is?
No, there's not.
No, I do like that one though.
That's just the high quality one.
I like that a lot better than Grimace.
The one that's just way. The one that's just
Grimace
way too
doing,
nice
like,
compared to the rest
Flappy
of them.
Tube Man dance.
I don't know. I like Wave Grimace.
Well, I realized that there's a polygon tool, which is like my bread and butter at work, so I'm gonna use it.
Oh yeah, you can make like triangles and
No, like an actual, like almost like a pen tool.
Ooh,
yeah, basically.
that's fun. All right, Octavio.
Yeah. Gus, fine, you win. Just have it. Yes.
Where was I? Was I still here?
Yeah, you just been cleaning that shrine this whole time. What do you mean? Where were you?
I just had a quick chat with Tempest.
Oh, again?
You know, talking to a god. You know. you can't help it.
Well,
MBD.
finally had some information. He's looking good. I think he got in the gym again. He dyed his
Oh, good.
hair. Yeah, he's looking
Yeah, last
good.
time you described him, he sounded like it was run down.
Yeah, he was looking a little ragged, but now he has a fancy tent, fancier than Velen.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Well, good for him. I'm happy that he's.
that is good. The other thing is that you're kind of very important to his plans.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry. Remember how we have to? I kind of just like loop my arm around Octavio and we start walking towards wherever Swift is supposed to be. And just kind of like, you remember that whole thing about you having the orc stone and us going to the spine of the world and gonna visit the orcs? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to save them from something.
Yeah, well, you can do a little bit of that, but then we have to do a little bit of recruiting them for a war against, the Frostmaiden?
A war.
Or some
Oh.
such,
Okay.
It's actually not a
Sure.
war. It's a police action. Okay, there's a difference.
Militarized,
It's a conflict.
Yeah.
It's not a war.
It's conflict. So sorry.
One quick skirmish.
Yeah, I mean, the orcs are not that friendly, but I guess we can always try. I do have this, and I pull the.
Yeah,
Well,
you've had good luck. with
Octavio,
all
it's either you convince them or we all die in an icy tundra.
It's not a fucking Pokeball.
No pressure, huh?
No pressure.
I start sweating in the cold.
Yeah, a bead of sweat forms and immediately freezes.
Veery stops like, God damn it, I left the alcohol. But it's,
Yeah, wasn't that the
Scott.
point?
I mean, yeah, but I bet he's not even going to drink it.
And then you hear a voice saying, "Check your back pocket," and all of a sudden, Chris,
You're actually gonna need this.
I
Will.
freak.
All right, so we begin our trek over to go find Swift.
all right, Swift. Meanwhile, at the House of the Morning Lord, Swift, the House of the Holy greets you with its warmth and wooden interior, mixed with stone. And it doesn't take you long to find the little guy, little copper knobberknocker, and his little parka that when he lifts the hood up makes him look like a teddy bear. However, this is one grumpy little bear. You see that he's currently just doing like normal maintenance. Like he's working on like some stairs, like trying to get the take the old nails out and stuff like that. And you see him like hammering a nail a couple times and then press down like he goes no, and then you just like see him like working on it again, trying to make it stop creaking.
Copper, I hope I'm not interrupting you in the middle of something.
No, just the world's creakiest goddamn gosh darn stare. he says, looking towards like the abbot real quick, and then like the abbot's like
Winston Spare Jar.
Tisk.
yeah, he holds up a little jar that already has a couple of coppers in it.
And you're going to go broke before long. I have I have some news. I'm not entirely sure whether or not it's good or bad. It really depends on how you feel about Macretus.
I'm assuming Macretus got the machine working.
Not quite.
Well, something happened. Either that or the world's most powerful fireball spell got casted off in the distance somewhere.
A little of this, a little of that.
Funny enough, we end up getting it working. Because when we got there, Macretus was already dead.
Exploded.
You see Copper like. I see. But you were able to get the device working.
He hadn't added the third ring.
Yeah, we found that.
None of you are
horrible.
here. It's just me.
Oh, we're not.
You
Sorry.
were still like
Sorry,
under
my bad.
Beery's arm, smelling the
Yeah.
stench of Yeti.
I stepped away for a second.
Yeah. This is just Swift. All the rest of you are over on the other side
you're
of
getting
that.
up close personal of what a Goliath smells like under all those.
Yeah, your armpit.
You're sitting there with like, you know what?
He hadn't added the third ring.
And you see Copper like of a bitch should have listened to me. I told him. Okay, and then what happened?
Well, we added the third ring,
Clearly.
and it worked.
something- But only for a little bit.
That's yeah. I would not suggest trying to build that for the time being. It whatever is causing this eternal night did not like a new sun being made.
You know, and I always told him that it was... You know, Macretus was always the kind of guy that when he had an idea in his mind, you were hard pressed to get him away from it. But I'll be damned, the son of a bitch didn't finally do it. And you see like the abbot like and like start to like lecture, and Copper's like, not now, god damn it. Not And I suppose you'll be wanting some kind of reward, right? He says like his voice is like breaking as he's saying it.
I couldn't expect that from you. I know that you had disagreements, but it's obvious, at least. I'm not very good at picking up on these things most of the time, but it's obvious to me that you still cared about him. Otherwise, you wouldn't have sent me to check on him.
I was just worried, that's all. But it's okay. Yeah,
Here.
I'll get you something. Hold on, just
Well, hold on. You can probably make better use of these than we could. We wouldn't know how to build such a thing from scratch, and that's not that we really necessarily even have a use for such a thing. But Swift brings out the blueprints.
This Copper looks at it for a bit and he goes, "It took us 2 years to perfect this thing, but yeah, I hold on, give me a second. I have to repay you somehow. Just give me a second.
Casually built it in an afternoon, you know.
Well, it was mostly built.
I know.
Yeah,
We added literally like the 5% last thing it needed to be finished.
Yeah, I mean it's like going to a rocket ship and seeing there's like a panel that needs like a tightening.
The screw
I
needs to
built
be
this shit.
tightened.
Yeah, no, it's
a
the
quarter
golden
turn
spike
boost.
in the rail line. Like, oh, last one.
And we also rolled exceptionally well. That wouldn't have worked if we hadn't rolled
No,
exceptionally.
I'm just totally joking. He's like, I've spent years of my life. Like, oh, we just did it in like an afternoon.
We didn't do anything. We didn't theory craft or anything.
No,
It's
nope.
almost like as if you guys are like the main characters. You know, things just happen. Okay. Hold on, just give me a second here.
I'm guessing this is a mid-journey image for Tempest's tent, and I like it.
Midjourney has gotten a lot better.
Yes.
So
With the
good.
last update. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna. And Copper's like, okay, give me just a second. And you see he goes back to like his little hovel that's like his room now. You hear him close the door. And then you hear the sounds of him like moving stuff around, like opening drawers. You hear like you know. Okay, I'm gonna level with you, Robert. Which one would you prefer? Would you prefer goggles at night or an alchemy jug?
I know which one the group wants.
Yeah. I know which one will be very useful. I don't know which one's gonna be a joke one.
Well, I mean, I
beautiful
feel like
joke.
both of them are kind of useful, actually.
Oh, not for this group.
I think.
Oh
the
no,
jug-
no!
it-
I'm refused to take the alchemy jug on principle because I know mayonnaise is going to be the thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't want to give us that power.
We need fats. We're in Icewind Dale. We need all that.
It's just going to be like
Galileo.
frozen mayonnaise, though.
You like dip into it.
You just have to like
Stab it with
lick
your
it like
dagger.
ice cream.
It's like a popsicle.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
You want a
gross.
mayonnaise popsicle?
Mayonnaise
It
It comes out like soft serve when you.
Yeah.
Mittens, are you okay? You didn't even touch your
You
mayo.
haven't even touched your mayonnaise froyo.
You know,
Okay, never mind. That's off the
tuna
table.
salad there.
I'll take the goggles and
Oh,
plate.
there's no knucklehead
Well-
trout on it. I'm not gonna eat it.
Okay. Well, I
I'll
was
take the
actually-
goggles.
Well, I was gonna add a third option, but never mind.
Oh, what's the third one?
No.
What's the third option?
Sending stones.
We'll take the goggles. I think that probably helps the most.
You see Copper come back out, and you see he tries to hide it, but you see as he's coming out, he's going like,
Oh.
you know, like, and his eyes are like a little puffy and stuff like that. And he goes, "Here, I got this for you." And it's like, it's a pair of like bifocals.
Oh,
God.
No.
Real mayonnaise.
fantastic. And probably really good mouthfeel though, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's probably like really smooth.
Yeah. That's the
Like
sad.
the way the
I hate this.
fat coats your tongue is like probably really nice.
You
Did
can
you
only
say
have
like
it
a
when you don't
mayonnaise
taste the
soft serve?
things.
No, I was looking for a mayonnaise popsicle.
I'm upset.
It's like a really high fat content in your ice cream. It's just like really.
Yeah.
That's
But
just-
the so he hands you like a pair of like circular bifocals that like the normal lens part looks like just normal glasses, but then when you look through the bifocals, everything is like in black and white night vision or dark
Just hear
vision,
the sound of like night vision goggles activating.
Um,
Okay.
Like these are going to look so funny on Beauty.
I'm gonna have like
Oh,
Morpheus
if-
put,
if-
You're
like,
gonna make those
sunglasses on.
small glasses. Yeah.
Oh no! Now they're like they're like the birth control glasses that like army recruits have, like the really
Oh yeah, the really
ones.
thick ones.
Like Coke bottle lenses.
Oh man.
Or I don't know.
I
No, you know what? They change based on the appearance of the user. So whatever. You can have them be what you can have it be like Nez Pierce or not Nez Pierce glasses. Yeah, Nez Pierce glasses, or they could be something, or you can just have it be two monocles.
It is full on like I can see, I can fight those like classic.
I can see. I
Yeah.
can fight.
So and he goes, it's not much, but it's it's
Really, you didn't have to do anything.
no, just get out of here.
Swift is like the second most awkward person that could have been doing this. I think the only person it would have been worse was Mittens.
just like Swift being like, it's okay.
Well, it's. I mean, Swift is definitely empathetic since, like, they've been working like together, or they've been
Since
working.
the last conversation with Barry.
I'll give you some time.
Thanks though. And then you just see him just kind of like retreat back into his little room.
At this point, Beery and Octavio and Mittens, who's been skulking in the shadows behind them the entire time, walks up.
Mitten skulking the shadows, taking whatever gold he can find.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
anything
he
of
has-
value. laying
He has
around.
everything that Barry put down in me.
Actually, given the
Here, you
timing,
dropped this stuff.
giving the timing, I'd actually think that we meet like halfway.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't take nearly as long.
Yeah.
I definitely was a bet. Oh man, if that was the case, Beery's just gonna take him back to the shrine and shake him out upside down.
Shake Min's by his feet.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Beery, Copper gave these to me, and I tossed them at Beery.
I don't know if these will fit me, and I'm whoa! I can
Guys.
see.
Try them on. Yeah. I was going to say try them on, but you beat me to it.
Welcome to the real world, Beery.
I mean,
You can see me clearly for the first time.
I mean,
Oh,
nothing.
Octavio, you're so cute. I like squish your cheeks.
You look like a grandma trying like pinching his cheeks.
I mean, to be fair, right now nothing looks different because there's torchlight. But sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, wow, I can see it.
Anyway.
It's literally the exact.
I like,
I can see it in the shadows
no.
there.
I like to imagine they're not only like night vision goggles, they're actually correcting glasses. Such.
That's gonna explain.
That's why
every
she's
time.
been.
Every time I miss anything, Barry actually really needs corrective lenses.
My glass.
So we have the evening ahead of us, and then we're planning on setting out in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard from Tempest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened again.
What's up? What is it this time?
Well,
What town is on fire now?
All of
funny you
them.
should mention that. Actually, he has an entire map of Icewindale, and basically anywhere I've, Bremen is lit up like a torch from the amount of worshipping going on of him there. So, yeah, that was kind of cool.
I just saw the picture that they put for the glasses.
Oh, awesome.
But he believes that the Dragars are coming from the spine of the world, that there is an opening there, and that we now need to travel there to get the help from the orcs and the Goliaths to fight whatever's going on. And that
We were
Charlotte's
already doing.
weaponized. Yeah, I was sitting there wondering why he was updating me on these things that I told him, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it just gives us more urgency, right? We're not just trying to save the orcs. We're trying to convince them to help us against, I guess, the Dwargar.
Against the destruction of Icewindale as a whole.
Well, he said that he wants you to basically give him eyes further south.
Essentially.
Does that change our path? Because we could just go straight down 10 trails to down to the near where we think the Orcus Fortress is, or we could. It's not even that much longer. We could stop through Goodmead and Dugan's Hole. If he wants, if I was going to say, if he wants eyes, there's unfinished business.
It's not necessarily a bad idea, but I do think we're running.
Are we
out
on a
of time.
tight schedule? He said we had time, yeah?
Well, apparently you were there too. Yeah.
I assume you said it. You don't have
No,
to.
he says we have some time, but I do believe we need to put some pep in our steps.
I mean, it's not like we're dragging our feet.
Not
It takes
really.
time to get places.
It's not like you're what? Your feet? Dragging your feet? Okay.
A dragon comes out of the sky and attacks Brynshire.
Oh, tell him about the dragon.
Oh, he probably knew.
Hey, Tempest, there's a dragon. Okay.
Yeah, I would just best avoid that. Anyways.
The clouds part, and it's just the cloud parts, and it's just a thumbs up.
He's just like bad move.
Cool story, bro.
Either way,
That's the problem.
we're heading. It does determine which direction we leave town. How do we want to handle this? If we want to go towards Goodmead and East Haven, and then cut back south,
Out of character.
then we need to leave. Ooh,
Out of character. What do we need to do in Goodmead?
there was the thing that killed the old speaker, the Verbeeg.
Yes.
There was
Oh,
the
that's
Verbeeg
right.
that was in the woods, and then Dugan's Hole. There were large wolves spotted
Oh, I thought
outside of
we
Dugan's
killed them.
Holes. The wolves? No, we killed the moose.
Oh no, I meant I don't know why I was.
We did
conflating
kill
one of our-
some large wolves, but we didn't kill the ones around Dugan's Hole.
I was conflating the two. I was like, maybe
Yeah.
they're the same wolves.
There couldn't possibly be more than three large wolves in Iceland.
Not a
There-
chance.
There were in fact only 3 large wolves in Iceland.
And all of Icewind Dale.
They're extended.
If we want to provide some extra eyes and get more people on our side, taking a bit of a detour, I don't imagine, given what we've handled so far, that would take too long.
I
Fair
think
enough.
we can handle a few wolves.
And Dugan's Hold does give us a good launching off point to either go to the west, towards where we imagine God, I can never remember the name.
I forgot the other name
Karkonig?
today, so
No, not Kaer Konig. The Gorkish fortress is like Karhalok.
Karlock? I think it is Karlock.
Karhalok is what I have written down, but I don't know if it's Karkolok.
Karkolok.
Okay, Karkolok.
Yeah, I have Karlock, so obviously, nope, no, that's not it.
I got most of the syllables in there.
I had Karholok.
We're this far into the campaign, and I still can't remember how to spell Chardalyn, so...
I think it's Chardalyn.
Close enough.
I need you to know I didn't look at the chat where you posted it when I said that.
Just as long,
Yeah.
Just as long as you don't spell it like Shartalyn.
Shartalyn. Oh god, we gotta do something about this shit.
No, it
What's that
became
gem?
like Shardo-line?
Sweet Shartaline.
Exactly.
Da da da. Karkolok. Okay.
Put a sticky note there for spelling purposes.
So
Literally just like...
Dugan's Hold does give us a good launching off point to go west towards Karkolok, or to the east towards your home territory. And either way, going south, I think, will put us in conflict potentially with Duergar.
Well, I'm down for an adventure, so lead the way, guide.
So, what? To
Dugan's Hole?
Goodmead is Goodmead to Dugan's Hole?
Yeah, good bean, Dugan's Hole, go fight some wolves.
Okay.
We need all the experience we can get.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's milestones. Never mind.
I was gonna say this
Let's
is
fight
a
other worlds.
milestone-based campaign, but we could get other rewards. Is the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here's
true.
here's another.
Holy
Shit,
crap!
Howard! Gar's been here the whole time.
The whole time.
Just in the shadows with buttons.
Guard just need to pop in real fast.
We were just
Welcome, Howard.
Thank you.
we were
The
just
whole
discussing.
Travel.
Beery got an update on some shit about the Duergar from Tempest, and we were just discussing if we wanted to loop around to Goodmead and Dugan's Hole before heading west towards Karkolok.
A giant hawk descends on Bryn Shander and drops off Gar.
See you next week.
Do we know how long
Yeah.
a detour would take?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily take us that much longer. It doesn't take very long to get to Goodmead on Axpeak. It would depend on how long it takes us to kill a Verbeeg and some wolves, and provided there's nothing else going on. But I did not want to mention this. I did not want to mention this when we were there. It did not seem like a good time. But just so you all have a better sense of urgency for this, there was in that cave that we left a bunch of the treasure in. There actually, I've managed to find several dead orcs.
Oh,
They've
How-
been killed in battle.
how recently?
It's hard to say that they've been frozen from the elements, but they were kind of tucked away. And
I think it was done by the Yeti that was there.
probably not.
Did you see any?
I did not
Symbols
have
on
I
them?
didn't have enough time to get a good look. I would assume they were probably were they from the Mini Arrows tribe?
Yeah, the insignias that they carried were the hand clutching the 3 arrows.
And it would not surprise me if they were part of the group that left Kokolak when our interloper began influencing the tribe.
Oh,
Probably try to get there faster now.
yes. Also, well, they've been buried like kings.
Oh, buried. Yeah.
I mean, that's one way of putting it.
Frozen into the ground.
Well, they've now been buried with a bunch of money and valuables, so I can see where they're coming from, yeah. So, if that changes your idea of what we would like to do, they're
Well,
not getting any deader, so.
yeah. I mean, the faster we get there doesn't change the fact they are gone now.
It's just sort of potentially speeds up the timeline if orcs are being
Right.
killed because they are forced to roam outside of the fortress. Then maybe we have less time than we think.
That's true.
Where are you having this conversation? Is it just like in the middle? of the
Maybe
street?
we're in the Northlook now at this point.
Oh, you are at the Northlook Inn. Okay.
I assumed we were just walking and talking casually.
Dead orcs, you know how it is. Someone's
I mean, not like
somewhere that's
That's
like
like
loud
the
enough that we
winds.
won't be like eavesdropped on for having a
Yeah.
conversation.
The camera is following the group and goes behind one house, and when it comes out, the next car is in it.
Been there the whole time, no problem.
Ah!
Yeah.
I
Jesus.
think my feelings still stays the same, which is if we want more allies, if we want more goodwill, helping Goodmead and Dugan's Hole with any problems on the way isn't a bad idea, or we could try and do it on the way back. My only thought is, would we do that, or would we then go straight towards Goliath territory?
I vote we go assist in Dugan's Hole and Goodmead, and then we head towards the orcs and Goliaths.
All business, no getting distracted.
With this
No.
group, never.
Getting distracted. Who's that?
We don't get distracted.
What?
Okay.
Shiny.
Sure. Sure. Well then, rest up because we have a lot on our plate.
We do get to sleep in an inn tonight, right?
Yes.
Octavio, you get a prize.
Yeah! And I like run to rent a room.
Yay! Okay, so as you enter the Northlook Inn, there's quite a hustle and bustle. There's many a merry drinkers there, and the warmth, the welcoming warmth of the lamps is only soured slightly, or perhaps more so for Mittens, by the fishy scent of the whale oil that fuels them. However, it's not too long after you walk in. Perhaps some of you are ordering drinks or food or what have you, when you hear a familiar voice, like shouting at you from across the common room, just go, "Hey, strangers!" and stuff.
Is it Truna?
Is it who?
What? Not
Truna?
Truna. What's her name?
Halid.
Tuna?
From the beginning of the Hlyn.
Okay.
Hlyn Trollbane.
Halid.
So
Sorry.
are
From
you
the very
guys?
beginning?
Yep.
Wow.
Are you guys? No. Are you
She's
guys?
still alive.
No, she's dead.
She died of old age, which is very impressive for a dwarf.
she died peacefully in her sleep, which was a bad way for a dwarf to go. Anyways, no. No. Okay, so are any of you familiar with what a snug room is in a pub?
A snug
Yes.
room?
Snug room?
A snug room.
Where you get your
Yes.
snuggles.
Personally, no, I'm not.
I've never been in one, but
Snugging.
it's a snugging.
It's essentially like a private room. Like there's like it's attached to the pub, but you get like your own like private service there. Like there's a small window that like opens and like a bartender will come by.
I think
You
like
see-
Peaky Blinders.
Exactly. That's exactly what that's exactly what a snug room is. It's actually the perfect example.
Ooh.
Leaning out of the door, you see like leaning back from what you presume is a chair. You see Speaker Daneth Whalen and behind that Sheriff Arlagath's like, get over here.
Fury's grinning from ear to ear. She is like, "Oh, my babe. All right, let's go."
In the snug room, you see it's quite a sight. You see Speaker Daneth Whalen and Arlagath, and there's a copious amount of empty mugs in front of them. Across the way, you see Speaker Duvessa Shane carefully nursing a drink with the sheriff of Bryn Shander, whose name escapes me. Give me just a second. I'm pulling it up right now. Sheriff Markham Southwell, who
been a while since I've heard that name.
who looks visibly equal parts annoyed and uncomfortable at this raucous company that's before them, and off to the side is little Speaker Nimsy Huddle, who like, because she's so short, like the table only comes up to here, but you see she is like fucking up a bowl of soup.
Good way to put it.
Yeah. It's just, stuff like that. And you see it's apparently not her first one. There's like 2 or 3 bowls stacked in front of her.
I call over I'm guessing this is the same inn we're gonna be staying in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, that's my favorite one so far. I just call over like one of the people that runs it and just start unloading my pack onto them. Just like, all right, can you just put this in one of our rooms? And I just unload the pack and the pelts and like 8 more pelts.
And you see Dan. You see Daneth Whale like gesture to the bartender like.
I peek around him and go.
And Octavio gives Fury a high five.
And the speaker's like,
yes, Octavio. I very casually slide in next to Sheriff Arlagath. So, hello.
hey, how you?
Oh wow. Okay.
Octavio look at Swift. Oh, Fury's doing the thing again.
Yeah, I thought it was grassy outside.
Do not look. Do not look.
It's such a small room. It's hard.
So it seems the speakers are beginning to gather, huh?
And Duvessa speaks up, and she's like, "Yes, we are 3 days in on this meeting, and things are going at no puns intended at a glacial pace. But, however, thanks to your..." I almost said exploits. Thanks
to your heroic quote unquote exploits.
Yes, thanks to your interventions, for lack of a better term, it seems that you may have swayed the majority of the speakers. However, that is only because we have one absence, and
have they still not chosen a replacement for Goodmead, or is it the speaker from Caer Konig?
You see, Speaker Daneth Whalen picks this part up, and he goes, "Actually, the speaker," and then he like lets out a really.
Or was it Caer Evil?
Hold on.
It was Caer Evil.
It was Caer Evil.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Actually, the speaker at Goodmead, the new one, they're pretty good people. Apparently, they hired, or not hired, they just hired." He says he's visibly drunk.
No.
They apparently got the best cask maker they could. It could be, and let me tell you, she's damn good at making the mead, from what I hear. Goes by the name of Shandar Froth.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry. But yeah, Yeah, she's good. A little wet behind the ears, but she seems like she's got a good head behind her, a head on her shoulders. Whew.
No, let's hope it stays
How
there.
many-
What's to come?
How many did I have? Jesus.
I see 2 glasses in front of you, sir.
I see
So-
4.
The speaker of Good and Evil then is the one that is absent.
Yes. Once again, hold on, let me pull up that name.
I don't even know if we ever got the name of that
We
one.
didn't. It just said speaker was mysteriously taken ill.
Yeah,
Very
speaker
mysterious.
Speaker Seavers once again has been reported absent. So this is not the first time that he failed to show up to a meeting. So we're none too surprised by this turn of events. But
We were
yeah.
planning on trying to look into that at some point, but things have kind of gotten away from us.
I completely understand. Things have gotten out of hand. We are well within way of abolishing the sacrificial tributes that we've been setting out. However, we have been getting a little bit of
Good.
pushback. The speaker for I gotta pull up all these names. I'm sorry. I should have
A lot of
prepared for
names.
this.
Well, while this guy is struggling to remember the names, I kind of want to lean into Swift and be like, so how much do we want to update them on what we found out? Like,
Oh, you mean about Speaker
And-
Maxildanar?
what's that?
Of Targos.
Oh,
Nerf Maxildanar, the Speaker of Targos.
Oh, I just labeled them as scumbags.
Well,
Yeah, definitely that. I meant more of like
Oh, just in general?
Frostmaiden and what's
I don't.
actually
What do we
happening
expect them to do
now.
about it?
Well, hopefully
Like-
stop sacrificing people.
Well, it sounds like they're doing that. So
Should we mention the dragon that we pissed off?
no,
Ooh,
don't
we
say
shouldn't
anything
mention
about
the
that.
I don't know about
No,
that. I
don't.
mean,
don't.
If you tell
Should we
them about,
mention the dragon and everything stops? Like,
No, there's no reason to mention the dragon.
if you mention the
Um,
Frostmaiden, it might make them more likely to keep the sacrifices going.
What about the Drogar?
We don't know enough about what is happening yet, and I feel like telling them at this point would just. They should be. I think we should tell them something, but I don't think we should keep them mobilizing just yet because we don't know.
it's Speaker Dan's like, his secrets don't make friends. See,
He's right, you know.
as a tray littered with drinks, all
Yeah.
kinds, shows up like in the window.
I don't think we
Ooh.
should tell them everything, but I think we should tell them something.
I mean, Tempest literally advised me to start mobilizing the Goliaths and Orcs. I feel like 10 towns should prepare themselves.
Well, we should tell them about the Dwegar then, sure.
Okay.
I don't know how much of everything else. We don't know what. We don't know enough to really
No. We know the
about the Frostmaiden. We don't know enough about what's happening. We know enough about the Dwegar to know that they are a threat, and that they should be preparing to face such a threat. Until we know more, I don't know what we can tell them about the. By the way, there is a literal god that is causing the eternal night.
And she
Yeah.
doesn't
Right.
care about your sacrifices, and she's gonna murder you anyways with her.
There's
Dwargar
a
arm.
book that this avatar of the god of winter is using to do something. We don't know.
All right. At least
I am not. Listen, I understand telling them something, but we don't. If we don't understand it ourselves yet,
I like to imagine that they're having this conversation, and I'm like on the side of one of the speakers, just looking at them as they're talking.
Just staring.
Yeah,
like,
just staring.
like looking
You-
at the speaker.
Beatty,
They're not looking-
I leave this in you.
Yes, that's funnier.
Beatty, use your discretion. I know you're so good at it.
well. All right.
Octavia
That was it.
spills
That was it.
everything.
That was a joke.
All right. We'll mention the dragon or the god or all right. But what the fuck's with Arlagath, man?
What do you mean?
She's giving me the cold shoulder over here.
Are you sure?
Going.
Beery, I can't help you with this.
Doesn't everybody have a cold shoulder here?
Not me. I run hot.
And Speaker Whale's like, this guy, you're like my best friend, man. I love you. You remember that? You remember that time? Do you remember that time you got like
I opened all their pictures so I can actually picture this a little better.
Funny you mentioned the time you were abducted.
Dude, I wasn't even talking about that, but that time, that's what. So let me tell you about the time. You see the message saying like, yeah, tell me about the time you got abducted.
Well, we're not directing this at Waylon. We're directing this at the person who was actually going to do something to us, Shane.
The obviously responsible person.
And Nimsy Huddle, because like as much of a cinnamon roll as she is, she actually can get shit done as well. There was a bit of a complication from when we rescued this speaker Waylon from his Zentarum assailants. There was another party that attempted to take advantage of the situation.
Don't say Zentarum out loud. And he goes, and he puts his fingers on your lips. So I'm like,
Yeah, you're talking to this guy.
I just stopped.
There was another party that was trying to take advantage of this situation. Could you stop? Could you take your finger off of me?
Sir,
I lean really close to him. Just, there's Zentarum.
Okay, I just grabbed this guy's hand off of his face, or off of their face, and just kind of like, okay, buddy, we need you to sober up. And I just kind of like, I actually shock him with lay on hands.
I was about to suggest that.
Just a quick like two HP.
You can cure his hangover.
I don't know about that. All of a sudden, just. Oh wow. Okay.
Think about it like this: you can drink more later.
You're gonna be just fine. Your hangover is cured for now, but we really need you to keep up.
So, Dwergar.
Use 5 points of lay on hands. All right, let's get this out of your system.
2. It was just like I need you buzzed, not hammered.
Okay.
So, Dwergar.
Mm-hmm.
Dwarves from the Underdark.
I know what Dwargar are.
The Sunblight clan. They are after Shardalin.
Go on.
You're saying,
they are gathering.
You're saying these words like I know what they mean.
To all of you, the Dwargar of the Sunblight clan are gathering Shardalin to use as weapons in Icewind Dale. We've had some run-ins with them. Beardy had a vision of lonely wood and flames at the hands of their invasion should things go poorly.
You see Ninja go, oh my gosh, when you say that.
I'm so sorry. It is coming and it is brutal.
Unless it is worth knowing that they are amassing Shardalin to potentially use as weapons. And Shardalin has the ability to also lead to some rather unfortunate forms of madness among those who use it improperly. The bear tribe of the Ragged has either been experimented on or experimented with the Shardalin, and we ran into them. They were not... we could not get through to them.
Swift, don't pull punches here. They were completely crazed. They were no longer...
They were not the bear tribe that any of us knew. Not that many of you knew the bear tribe, but...
No one should know them now.
I can only hope that not all of them are like that.
And Arlagath actually speaks up this time. She goes, well, that explains the damage to the figurehead. And
yes, there were Dwargar that attempted to take the Shardalin from the figurehead in Town Hall. But we managed to kill those, but apparently they might still be around, so...
There's some hints that they are coming from the spine of the world, so we are planning to travel there soon. To hopefully...
you actually when you mention like they're coming from the spine of the world and stuff like that, and when Swift mentions the bear tribe being exposed to Charlotte and stuff like that, you see Speaker Whalen and Speaker Shane like share a glance at each other for once, not as like antagonists, but it's like equals. Like they do that thing, like they're able to communicate something immediately just by looking at each other. Something unsaid between them.
Can try and insight and see if I like Swift can pick up on the nature of it, not necessarily the thing, but like what it might pertain to.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nope. Without fail, every time Swift tries to roll an insight check, it's always god awful. I have a +5. It shouldn't be that bad.
You're just like, man, Speaker Huddle, you need to slow down. You're gonna get a tummy ache.
Do I happen to notice anything?
I have a +5 to insight.
I have a 0.
The game doesn't want Swift to be good at insight checks. I should respect that.
I do feel like it is your lack of like social cues that you're picking up on right there. You're just like, I don't get it.
I put all of my reading people as my dump stat.
the way that Speaker Whale and now only one drink in, and Speaker Devessa Shane, they look at each other. For a brief second, there's like the way the eyebrows crease when they look at each other. There's like a hint of fear, like a flash of something comes across their face, and then immediately like the politician face comes back up. When you mentioned Charlatan, and like madness, like that triggered something.
I kind of just want to look at that end of the table and say like, we need to know everything. We are putting our lives on the line to save Icewind Dale. We need to know what is happening here. So if there's anything you have to share with us.
Speaker Shane whispers something, like she leans over to Sheriff Southwell, whispers something real quick, and you just see Southwell just give a curt nod, stand up, and like sidles his way past all the drinks and stuff like that. Steps out of the snug room and securely closes the door, and you can see the silhouette of him like turning around to face the crowd. and Speaker Shane leans in and says, "Well, let me clue you in on something. The reason why these talks are taking so long is that, one, we're getting some pushback from one of the speakers.
Which one? Max Ildenar?
Yeah.
Not here.
Whalen says, yeah, that guy. Apparently,
no surprise. He gave us a bit of a hard time as well.
He doesn't see a reason to stop the sacrifice, but that's beyond the point. Anyways, Shane, and then Shane continues. Apparently, Speaker Dermot of Dugan's Holes has bigger problems. They've apparently had some hunters that were waylaid by what they believe might be some orcs. And apparently they were out of their mind with frenzy. I don't know how much of this is true or how much of this is Dermot just trying to, stir stuff up, because Dugan's Hole's always been a place a little low on funding. So I don't know if they're trying to drum up resources or something, but
no, I don't believe they are. There's been a bit of a schism amongst the orcs. It seems as though there's not drow, druid?
No, a drow warlock of some kind.
Yes, there seems to be someone influencing the tribe and causing this schism, and it seems as though the orc tribe is breaking apart.
We were actually heading south to hopefully remedy that situation in any way that we can. like it or not,
Well,
the orc tribe, the orc mini arrows tribe could be powerful allies if we are facing an incursion from the Underdark. And we need them whole for that.
They're a key ally along with both of the Goliath clans. And Beer's just like, fucking both of them. God.
We, as you can see, we have a lot on our agenda.
and Speaker Shane says, "I see that."
If it helps convince Speaker Dermot of Dugan's Hall to stop the sacrifices, we were planning on stopping by and doing what we could to assist. If we solve his frenzied orc problem, perhaps he would be more predisposed to agreeing.
Well, I tell you what, she's a tough old bird, but
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Apologies.
it's okay.
I haven't spent much time in Dugan's Hall.
Nobody does. It's a shithole. Everyone kind of says it at the same time. No, but if you scratch her back, she'll more than likely it could be enough to sway her.
That just solidifies things for us then.
Okay. It's a shame that you said you have too much on your plate because I have my own suspicions, but it's okay. Well, we'll deal with it another time.
No, share.
No,
Shane, we need to know everything.
Just because we have a lot on our plate doesn't mean we can't add more.
if you insist. Speaker Whalen was telling me that apparently they had a bonfire about a 10-day or so ago.
Yes, a member of the Red Wizards of Thay, I believe.
More importantly, they were part of the Arcane Brotherhood.
We are familiar.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me tell you, are you familiar with a man by the name of Valish Gant?
Valish Gant?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Have we heard that name?
No?
I want Mittens and Swift and Gar to roll a history check with advantage. Beery and Octavia, don't worry about it.
That's a 19 for me.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm giving Octavio their first alcoholic drink of the day. It's just like,
Yeah.
all right.
I imagine
blood.
it has
But in-
has one of those dried oranges like slices in it.
yeah, it's like the prettiest drink you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ooh, it's so beautiful. And I drink it very loudly for some reason.
Okay. The name is familiar to you. Valish Gant, this is out of character. Valish Gant was a member of the Arcane Brotherhood that came to Icewind Dale some like 10 years or so back and tried to attempt a coup in Bryn Shander to overthrow Speaker Shane and potentially kill her in order to gain some sort of foothold in Icewind Dale. However, things went south for the mage and has since been locked away in a prison known as Revel's Inn in Icewind Dale.
Levels and
Mm-hmm.
Go get
and
out there.
what exactly is your concern about the Gant? I admit I was not privy to the events that led to his imprisonment, but I've heard the stories.
Yeah, we've tried our best to keep it under wraps, but you know, the walls have ears everywhere.
Nimsy Huddle gets a little bit loose-lipped after some drinks.
and he's like, hey, like there's like a bit of soup like on like the corner of her
Oh,
mouth.
Nibsy, but I do miss your cookies already.
And you see Speaker Whalen like gesture towards a pocket, and you see him pull out a little halfling cookie. Like,
You know
You're
she
like-
brought some.
Those are like fucking. Those are edibles. You know it.
She's just
time she comes to
microdosing
a
up there.
That's why she's not drinking. She's just
Oh yes,
tons of soup.
nutmeg is the secret ingredient to my cookies. Yeah.
Nutmeg. Uh-huh.
You think everyone in Lonelywood's just like that for no reason?
Do you think that's why Swift hates it? There, Swift is straight edge.
Yeah.
It's
Mittens
a beautiful
brought
greenhouse somewhere.
cooking oil to the speaker. For the that would actually make more sense. Anyways, but yeah, no. Speaker Shane's like, yeah, we try to keep it on wraps, blah blah blah. However, we have reason to believe that the Arcane Brotherhood might, in fact, I know this is gonna sound a bit out there, but I believe that whatever's going on here, I bet you he has a connection to it, and if not, he knows something that we don't. Because he was trying to do the exact same. He was trying to do the exact same thing that, from what I understand, he was in league with one of the Reged tribes for something. Until eventually he got too greedy and he tried to start this coup. But he was looking for something, just like what that Red Wizard was doing.
What's without any knowledge about which of the tribes that would have been?
Off the top of my head, I want to say it was the Wolf tribe, but you got to remember this is about like a decade or so ago, and I try my best to suppress exactly what happened. All I know is that this is the only time that we have worked with the Lord's Alliance, and we have locked them away in the deepest, darkest cell in Revel's End for it.
Want us to pay this Velish Gant a visit?
What I want, if you can, I want you to find out what he knows. However, if you were to do this, you have to understand the relationship that we have with the Lord's Alliance and Revel's End is tenuous at best. If you were to do this, it is completely off the books. We have no connections to you whatsoever. We cannot get you out of any sort of political hot water you might get yourselves into.
Where's Revel's End in relative to Tin Towns?
Revel's End. Oh, come on, roll20, help me out here.
Oh, come on, roll20.
At that point, when they're just like, "Oh yeah, you have to do like you're not connected to us. It all has to be done like hush hush." I feel like everyone should just kind of lean forward and look at Mittens. Just like,
Hush,
I mean,
hush is
if-
my game.
I've been more worried about Octavio. And
What?
God, what a chatterbox.
I was gonna say.
No,
Revel's
Actually,
End,
Beatty, you know what I'm about to say.
Revel's End Revel's End lies on the cliffside overlooking the northern shore of the Sea of Moving Ice.
So it's like far to the north of Bremen.
jeez.
Yes.
Well, it's a bit in the opposite direction, but maybe.
I know. That's why I didn't want to bring it up, but you know.
Well, I do believe we're gonna have to go that way at some point.
All I know is ever since this started to kick back up, that wizard's been an itch in the back of my mind, and I've yet to scratch it.
Swift whispers to Beauty, actually to Mittens, because Velen was Mittens' contact. Do you think Velen would know anything about what happened to with Velish?
I mean, there's a good chance they're both in the Brotherhood, so
She might be
could
able to
infer
tell us
some
something.
whispers of something, yeah.
I mean, she mentioned that, especially with what was the name of the Red Wizard?
Dazan.
Dazan. She mentioned that they don't always know what the others are up to, but if it's something that high profile, perhaps she might know something.
Worth a shot.
Either way, Duergar, we're planning on heading south to hopefully remedy the situation with the orcs.
Did we update them on Targos and Zentarum?
I don't know if we should just outright say it. Swift was going to like give them a warning to like keep an eye on next Eldenar.
I would say it.
Just we don't have any evidence.
Well,
Like all we have is like what we experience. That's not evidence, though. It's just hearsay.
I have a Zentarum pin.
Yeah, but we could have gotten that off the ones that attacked East Haven.
I will cast Zone of Truth right now
Oh,
on myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but you can like make yourself fail. Like there's gaps in that logic, unfortunately.
I was gonna say just because you make yourself ill doesn't mean they have to believe you.
I think we're pretty believable at this point. They should have a certain level of trust for us.
At least our opinion.
At least what we went through. I mean, Octavio's literally missing an eye.
Well, there's enough like problems going on right now. Like, we can't really have like this full discussion about like whether or not we should like tell them about the Zentarum presence in Targos, or because we're like around them, but
maybe hint that there is a heavy Zentarum influence in Targos currently.
My issue is that further like division among the speakers right now is kind of like internal strife that they don't necessarily need while they're trying to deal with all this stuff.
Yeah, I just am thinking that like they probably should know that there is a Zentarum influence going on in Targos right now.
As you say this, another round of drinks shows up, and one of them is a frosty glass of milk, in which Nimsy Huddle takes it, snaps a cookie in half, and starts dunking one.
Wow.
Do you want to say it then? Do you want? Beery, you say it.
All right, everyone. Zentarum agents have infiltrated Targos. I don't know to what extent within the speaker or the speaker's household they have gone, but we were arrested there under false pretenses. They attempted to, persuade us to carry out a mission for them, and it did not go well, as you can see by our poor friend Octavio's missing eye.
I didn't want to say anything, but yeah. Waylon says.
We noticed.
You can.
I have a big drink in front of me with a funny straw.
Yeah, you could think.
As you can see, it has not affected his spirit.
I pull out the Zentarum pin and lay it on the table. As you can see, they have more agents than we would like to, believe there.
To which Targos is compromised by Zentarum presence is not fully known, but
at the end of the day, we are all trapped here in Icewind Dale, even Targos and even the Zentarum agents. As Swift likes to remind me, there are innocent people living in Targos.
yes. And also, we do know part of what their goal is. And it's not like they're directly opposed to our interests in this matter with the Chardolin.
But it does seem to circle back to that.
It could in the future become a problem, which is why we are saying something. However, if there is a force that is attempting to use the Chardolin, it's not like they would be opposed to stopping that.
And you see Shane like register these words for a second, and she says, "Are you suggesting that the Zentarum have some sort of say with the speaker?"
You could say that.
Captain Scaff of their town guard was one of the Zentarum Viper agents. So yes.
And he has since gone missing.
Thrown off a cliff, yes.
Did we throw him off a cliff, or did he just die because he tried to kill you?
Well, he died, and then I threw him off a cliff.
Oh, I thought we buried him.
Are you saying this out loud?
Is that what happened?
I was like, no. If I remember correctly, we all start trying to...
I don't remember it being that comedic. I actually remember it being quite the opposite.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was pretty tragic. I thought we buried him.
Didn't you almost die, Beery?
Yeah, she did.
We intervened.
we intervened at the last second so we wouldn't kill you.
I know.
Yeah,
I
it was like 4 against 1. It was brutal.
Stop telling everybody this. God
Oh.
damn it, guys. I was trying to be subtle.
Man, he is fucking dead.
He's very dead. He's very
We're just like, we're not sure we're gonna tell them everything, and we just fucking tell them everything.
I tell you, has had one too many drinks.
So, anyways, I start blasting.
We started blasting.
The only thing we didn't
It
tell
was
is
a fun
Frostmaiden.
moment. I did get to break my my shackles and then kill somebody with them. That was a good time.
It was a difficult situation. The speaker arresting us under false pretenses, and we were basically forced into a mission.
Oh, and you got to wear my big tunic for a
We don't-
while.
Oh,
We
yeah.
don't. Why are we talking about that? I
Pretty
saved
bad
their
guy.
lives.
And Waylon's like, does it look something like this? And takes off his coat real quick and puts it on Nimsy, and she's like, like this.
Yeah,
Just like
let's joke about how I broke you all out of prison. Yeah, let's do that.
Just like that.
Either way,
Like, as you talk, Waylon and Huddle are like more entertained, and Shane is slowly getting like horrified.
just
at what you guys-
horrified.
yeah, what you guys went through.
By
It
what we
was-
went through or what we
we-
did? Is that a
A little bit.
a little bit of column B.
Point being, keep an eye on Targos.
And then Mitten stabbed the fuck out of that one guy, like bam, bam,
Came out of nowhere.
just and he was like, ah,
I got a ketchup packet. It was like this.
ah.
So, just for your information, yeah.
And once the story's all told, like you see like the three speakers like, oh, this just got a lot more complicated.
If that explains a bit of why you might be receiving some resistance from Targos, then
Man, we haven't even told you about what's going on elsewhere. And I just
We
why
tell
would
them
you,
about how we're
why
gonna
would you
leave.
say that?
I take another drink. I just slowly sip my drink.
God damn it, Beery.
And a third drink.
We're
And-
trying
And
not
don't
to
forget about the
overwhelm
bounty
them.
on Barry.
and you see
Okay,
Shane-
Octavio, you need to calm down.
you see Speaker Shane like,
You gave me 3 drinks already.
I give you one.
Oh, there was a second round that came in.
you see Speaker Shane be like, you know what? I think I need a drink after all this.
I just slide the entire like platter of drinks down.
There's
Okay.
more. What all we will say is that there is more going on than the sort of big picture, but we don't have enough of a grasp on what exactly is happening to say anything that is actionable. But all of these problems that we are talking about, they are material. They're things that we can prepare for and deal with, which is why we are telling you now.
The Frostmaiden, however. That's a
Oh my god.
Oh, have any of
please.
you heard words from Speaker Oris Matthew? Matthew?
In Tourmaline.
I bet you regret calling us over, huh?
Oh my god.
Speaker Matthew sings your praises, saying how you brought a vibrant workforce back to the town of Tourmaline and blah blah blah. I don't know. I don't really.
I mean, that's a way to put it. Yeah.
That's a win. Okay.
Yeah.
We facilitated cobalt. We facilitated cobalt human relations.
I will take that W.
That's on a
I start-
resume right there.
Yeah.
I start to listen to the way he says. This is Waylon saying this, by the way. Like I started to listen to the way. he says,
That's rich coming from Waylon.
What do you mean?
I mean, because he's like the lazy one whose heart is in the right place.
Yeah.
But even like you can even tell like Waylon even knows that like Matthew's like an oily kind of politician.
Yeah.
And it's like, jobs and blah blah blah. Okay, yeah.
The
Stimulating the economy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the sheriff,
Labor
though,
shortage.
the commander of the militia there though seems to have an opinionated head on his shoulders, but a decent one. So at least we know Tourmaline is under control.
Well, good. And there's someone there. That's someone. Not everybody gets along like me and my sheriff here. Waylon says to Arlagath, and Arlagath's like, yeah.
Yuri's seething. She's like, don't touch her.
Well, this has been something.
Something.
We have a lot. We need to set out tomorrow
I need a nap.
because we have a lot to do.
Yes, I think I need a nap too. Arlagath says, standing up.
Okay, I look over. Swift leans over to Octavia. And is like, I don't read people very well, and even I think that wasn't subtle.
But yeah. So if we're not going to say anything else, then the night just continues on with drinks and merriment and recounting of tales and stuff.
I
Like
give
that.
Arlagath a gear from the Warforged to try to murder me, and regale her with the tale of how epic that battle was.
Considering Swift and Octavio are once again sharing a room, Swift wants to take advantage of the opportunity that Octavio is a little less inhibited than usual from the drinks and say, as they're like sort of like winding down for the night, like before Octavio completely passes out in his ridiculous fashion that he does.
Right.
His own vomit.
Swift is sort of just like filing, like just sort of like whittling like arrow halves, I guess. And sort of like looks, just like keeping their hands busy, and just looks over at Octavio and says,
Hi, buddy.
We haven't really had the chance to talk in a while. A lot has happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Well, don't interrupt.
I'm like, like tipsy, almost gone.
Trying.
I mean, it's like a very tipsy person and a person who is not good at talking.
Octavia's
Yeah.
ready,
Conversations.
just a steady eye on the horizon, just like, ooh.
I got the feeling it's taken a while for me to say anything just because I wasn't sure. But how are you? We've been through a lot in the past few weeks, and you seem to be taking things surprisingly well. And it's not that I don't believe you when you say that. Well, I mean, it is. It is that I don't believe you when you say that. How are you doing?
Well, honestly, not that bad.
Not that bad. Really?
Yeah, I was, when I lost my eyes, my eye was pretty bad, but
I mean, that's still a pretty
Compared-
fresh wound, both figuratively and
Yeah.
literally.
it's like buzz coming out.
Just wipe that
Like a
away.
cleric in town, by the
God.
way.
No, we did get it healed.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, the cleric's like, "Oh, get that thing out of there!" Oh,
Oh, I just meant maybe greater restoration or something.
Oh, it's not.
No.
There's a higher level spell for that's
Oh,
very
no.
expensive.
Yeah.
What is it? It's called
I'll look it up.
fuck
Red
yeah.
restoration.
It's like not rejuvenation. It's like something like either way.
Yeah. But I haven't had a time to really think about it since there's been so much happening.
But just
Surviving is kind of, the top of my mind.
I
And
understand.
I take a swig from my whatever I'm drinking.
I don't even know anymore. What am I drinking?
I
It's
just
not even your drink.
You are at your best when you are not focused, but when you are able to see your goal clearly. You are very capable, Octavio, and I know we gave you a lot of shit for that when we first met you, but over the weeks, you have surprised me.
I've surprised myself, honestly.
What I don't want to happen is I don't want you to pretend like everything is okay and lose that focus.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I just
Oof.
last time we talked about this, we kind of got in a fight as a group, and I didn't feel guilty about that. So honestly, I must rather not think about it and just move along. You know, there's nothing I can do about my eye right now.
Well, I mean, it's not just your eye.
And my back and my cuts
And
my family.
your family. I guess while we are preparing to go do something about something we can do something about, I just want to make sure that you are doing okay.
You guys make it easier.
I wouldn't say this in front of everyone. I was afraid when I thought that we might do something to Gar because of what happened, Dark Duchess. That was the closest I have ever felt like I was losing something for a very long time. And I've lost a lot. So
I thought about it, but seeing Barry so angry, felt like there was no need for me to be that angry.
She had the right. Beery is passionate.
Very.
Oh, thank God. I was like, Beer's being an asshole.
I think she gets carried away, but I'm glad that she was able to see reason.
Yeah.
If anyone had a right to kill Gar, it was probably Mittens, but I think even he saw the reality of the situation.
Yeah.
I
don't know what I would have done if Barry attacked, honestly. But I'm glad that it all worked out well.
For all intents and purposes, this should not work. The five of us.
No, it should not. And I'm glad that somehow
This
through
is
all this,
yeah.
we've made some sort of a small family, and
I
I really needed that.
was going to
because
say
mine left me.
this is the closest thing I've had to a family for a very long time. And it's not something I thought I wanted.
Oh, I always wanted it, and now I got it.
No. You think you have family issues.
Yeah. But I'll deal with that once,
Can I tell you
that time comes.
Can I tell you something, Octavio?
Sure.
And I don't want you to say this to anyone else. Not until the time is right.
Of course.
You know the reason why the Tiger tribe was after me and why they killed Oyam and Nartok?
Wait, what?
They were... What?
No, keep going. Sorry.
It's because I am a member of the Tiger tribe.
Oh. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't understand all the tribes.
The only thing you need to know is that they are dead to me.
I figured.
for obvious reasons. And I just want you to know that you are not the only person that has a family that abandoned them.
Well, this just became a little bit more complicated, huh?
I have a feeling things will work out somehow. After all, the only good tiger tribe is a dead tiger tribe.
And I don't know how to respond to that now, since you just told me they're your family.
No,
Not anymore.
I was gonna say related to, not family.
Right. Well.
Not anymore.
You
You are the family I have to protect now.
Well, feel is mutual, and I swear, once I'm back in Waterdeep, you're always welcome to be my bodyguard.
We'll see about that.
I pay well, I promise.
I have a feeling we're not going to catch Swift dead outside Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
It's not that Swift wouldn't leave Icewind Dale. Like after all this, Swift might think, maybe seeing other parts of maybe seeing the wilderness in other parts of the world would be nice.
You know what? Maybe Octavia's right. Maybe this place is shit.
Oh my god, Barry and Swift are gonna wander after?
Maybe. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves. Either way.
So I like to think that as you keep talking and telling me stories, Octavio, like, the camera pans away from me, and then a couple of seconds later, all you hear is...
Aww.
And my head just falls on your shoulders. Just...
It's funny. You're asleep, so you don't hear this, I imagine. But
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, didn't expect that.
Oh no.
it's funny. I used to prefer silence. And then I sort of lean him back in his bed, and then Swift goes to sleep.
So
Lead him back in his bed. Put one arm at a weird angle.
Just like the one I see, this is I put him in the pose that Swift has seen the most often, so he assumes it's the most comfortable.
You unlock a secret of the campaign, you do that. I glow and the portal opens.
You get the debug menu. You can.
I hear like an explosion in the distance. The fucking island where the oral is just fucking blows up. I just hear like a mushroom cloud in the distance.
you just unlock nuclear codes.
We go up like 3 levels.
With that perception check, could I hear any of that through the wall if I was in the room next door?
Maybe.
I mean, we weren't talking. We weren't talking.
Man,
too
everybody
loud.
wants to eavesdrop.
Yeah, right.
I was just wondering because I'm imagining a drunken beer each on the other side. I love you guys too.
Everyone wants to eavesdrop.
You don't hear the only part you hear is the part we're talking about feeling like family.
Yeah.
Mance is crying in the roof in the darkness that we didn't notice. Gar's outside with the tear, like that commercial from the 80s with the
like Native American just single tear rolling down his cheek.
As you guys are talking, like a water drop, like what the fuck? You just see Mittens just.
It's absolutely sobbing. Oh my god.
Now I didn't confer with Andrew about dropping that tidbit until ahead of time, but it felt like a good place to do it.
That's fine. That's fine. I didn't have anything prepared, so that's fine.
right before Octavia like completely falls asleep, he just goes, Lank, yeah, you're so funny.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Beery just heard the part about like we're family, and Beery's just over there sobbing, can't hear the rest of the words. Oh, you're my tribe too. All right. Do we want to take a quick break? I have a dog circling me like a shark.
Yeah. All right, let's take a 10-minute.
All right, enough of the sad, sappy music.
You did the
I know.
sappy music, and I was just like,
Yeah,
well,
notice
now
when you
I've got to have like
Yeah.
real emotional stakes to this conversation.
Well,
There was like a pause, and it came in perfectly, and I'm like,
I heard it, and I was like, damn it, now I have to do something emotional
no,
to
you
match
don't.
the music.
You can sandbag it. I was just trying to read the room. That's all.
It felt like a natural progression.
yeah,
So
yeah. All right, 10 minutes.
All right.
Yep.
All right, yeah, that's working great. So, we'll be back in just under 10 minutes. Thank you so much for joining us so far. Please make sure to follow us on Twitch. We're also on Facebook, and we release our podcast bi-weekly on any where you actually listen to your podcast on. We also have a website. Make sure to check us out there. We have plugins, and we talk about all the things Dungeons Dragons, tabletop, and RPGs. Meanwhile, though, please make sure to check out the artists on this side of the screen. We have used some of their art, and then we commissioned some of them to make our art. So make sure to go share the love, like their pages, follow them. They're all amazing, extremely talented. If you enjoy the music that we've heard so far through the Halloween campaign, Andrew has been awesome enough to play. You see them at the bottom for ambient playlists and combat. If you want to use it in your own Rime of the Frostmaiden, or use Frozen Adventure because it's very frosty, make sure to give it a like it. I mean, we're just trying to share the, give credit to every asset that we use. But with that, we'll be back in just under 9 minutes. See you guys soon.
And I remember you were telling me about it, Jose, last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's got me hooked on it.
When I was reading the book for the first time, I started reading the first one. Like I went through the first one really fast, and then I started reading the second one, and it slowed down towards the middle a little bit, and I kind of left it behind when we started doing the Dune podcast. Then forgot about it, and then recently, I think it was like maybe a little before Andrew started reading the first book, I started reading it again, and everything came rushing back, and I'm like, why did I stop reading this fucking book?
This is so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I finished it. Like the second half of it, I finished it in like 2 days.
Like seriously, I don't think I've been this gripped by a novel since like A Song of Ice and Fire. Like
Wow.
even like Dune, like I kind of had to like get my feet wet and kind of like acclimate myself to it a bit.
Dune, because the beginning of Dune is really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took a bit to get into.
But like like Leviathan Wakes, like bam, immediately into it. I was like, this is my jam. So.
Yeah. And then like I told Andrew like recently because I'm on the third book, and I'm like, what the fuck do these titles mean? The first one's Leviathan Wakes. The second one is Caliban's War. The third one is Abaddon's Gate. And the whole time I'm like, what the fuck does this mean? It's so weird. Like it makes no sense. Nowhere in the book does it say the name or that part where it's like, oh, he said it. He said the thing.
he looks into the camera and now the Leviathan wakes.
I said the name of the thing in the thing.
They did it.
Now I must be Superman 3, whatever.
It's like in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone when Dumbledore turns to the camera and says, "And now Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone."
And then it clicked. I'm like, wait a minute, because I googled the one I was reading. I was like, just the name of it, and it's a bunch of like Greek mythology. And if you know anything about it, like it encompasses the whole book in just that one name.
So it was aptly named then.
Yeah,
But you didn't
perfectly
like,
named.
just didn't think about it. It's like, oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, Yeah, and then I was like, oh, Leviathan. Okay, I get. And then and then I learned about these other figures, and I'm like, there it is. I honestly like I couldn't recommend it any higher because it's a very easy read. Even though it's a thick book, it's a very easy read, and it's very like it grips you.
Yeah, it's not it. The one thing I don't like about sci-fi is that it's like it'll spend like a chapter talking about like, oh well, here's how the hyperloop works. Like, okay, that's great. No, this one like immediately like dumps you in, and it doesn't like treat you like an idiot, but it also doesn't like over explain stuff either.
That's kind of why I liked like Jasper Ford's writing, is because he would just dump you into the story, but every chapter had like a small little the little like segment chapter where it have like a glimpse of, very much like June, where it has a glimpse of like, this is like something explaining the history, or this is something explaining like a news event, or
I mean just give you like an idea, like one of the characters is from Earth, and he talks about like, oh yeah, like, you know, like my 3 moms and 7 dads and stuff like that, you know, because we had to do this kind of like weird deal thing, and that's it. That's all you learn about Earth. But with that little blip, you realize Earth is severely overpopulated, you know, and so, but it doesn't like hold your hand through it. It's like literally just blink and you miss it. Oh wow, Earth is fucked. You know.
Also, the two writers take each book to explore a different genre of writing. So the first one is a detective noir story. The second one is a political thriller. And then the third one that I'm reading right now, what I'm guessing here is that it's a ghost story. So I was like, what's up? There's a lot of religious stuff happening over here. Oh, there's Space Mormons too, so.
Space Mormons. Okay.
Space Mormons.
No, I'm not kidding. There's Space Mormons.
Yeah, and they're like, no, we are going to get our own planet.
Yeah. Yeah. And for once, and I heard somebody who was religious talking about this, is for once he finally found like a science fiction writer who doesn't use religion to like just dismiss it or make fun of it. Like the way he writes it in the books, or the way they write it in the books, it's like it has a function, there's a reason, and they portrayed it as how you would think religion would actually be, because religion is a big part of our world. For us, when they hate it,
right? But in like a sci-fi
so they
story.
treat it, so they treat it with respect, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
crazy? Maybe,
I mean, there's people like, oh yeah, that's the Mormon ship. And people are like, oh okay. Anyways, and then they like go about their business. So yeah.
Anyways, enough of the.
All right.
I don't know. We can get into the expanse.
Enough of the expanse, but if you use my code on Barnes and Noble, you get.
How about instead of the expanse, we talk about expanding the lore of Icewind Dale? Hi. Welcome back to a Talk of Opportunity.
Talk of Opportunity.
Expanding
You're
the
so good, Robert.
Opportunity merch.
Oh,
I know, right?
That does look pretty great.
It is actually really nice. Like all of these are like actually
Get your
3D.
Swift,
they're raised.
Yeah, they're
get your
all
Swift
raised.
bumper sticker that says "I can't stand my family."
So we got a degassing chamber, and I'm thinking about making everybody dice themed to their character for this campaign.
God.
Oh shit!
Wow.
I would literally cry.
That'd be incredible.
I want to clarify, or just a giant D20. Like,
If you want some advice on like I assume you'd be making acrylic dice.
No, we're
Resin.
doing resin.
Oh, sorry, resin. My two of my friends have a business where they make acrylic dice, not acrylic dice, resin dice. I'm sure they have plenty of advice to offer if you have questions.
The main one was like our bubble issue, because they're such a small piece and they're enclosed themselves. So you have to actually need the degassing chamber to be able to get a perfect surface.
Yeah.
So
Right, that would be sick.
I gave one to Alex for his birthday.
Nice.
A giant
use the
D20.
shit out of it.
It's a little baby.
It's like it's a 1.5 gallon pot with like a vacuum pump on it.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's literally the size of like
awesome.
a pressure cooker.
Wow. I didn't know what that. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a big soup pot, essentially.
Basically, like a decent sized stock pot.
Huh.
I can actually say these dice I used for my Descent into Avernus campaign are actually resin dice that I got from my friends.
Nice. I'm actually really excited because I realized that our we actually have a giant version of a full set of dice, like big fat
Oh,
tall dice, like maybe like 1.5 inches, 2 inches tall. And we actually have a giant version of a full set of dice, like big fat tall dice, like maybe like 1.5 inches, 2 inches tall. And we actually have a giant version of a full set of dice, like big fat tall dice, like maybe like 1.5 inches, 2 inches tall. but they're all like actually sharp edge. So
Yeah, you gotta like sand them down a little bit.
That's the best.
yeah,
though.
but they're
Yeah.
actually like that beautiful sharp edge that you want. Because I was so scared, I was like, I couldn't remember what my molds were.
God damn it.
Oh no!
Gotta make like a
No,
dice roll.
now back to the adventure.
Jesus Christ. Just why?
I just think do you have like a folder at this point?
No, I just Google it.
He definitely has
I've used like
folders.
90% of the good ones.
What?
though.
Just like bad sleeping positions? Like what do you look up?
or like weird sleeping position. or,
John,
like,
your
noise.
Google algorithm must be so fucked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Well, like if anybody ever wants to serve you ads, you're gonna get like so many like sleep aids or like
Chiropractic,
chiropractors.
spine alignment. Mhm.
I know how that shit works now. I'm certified.
Yeah,
There you go. Oh, you are? Nice.
Yeah, I got the search certification. I have it. One of
Yes.
5 that I'm getting.
I'm going
Wow.
psychiatry just based on the odd number and variety of things.
This guy's
Yeah,
got
maybe.
problems. This guy's got some problems. Let's give him like therapists.
yeah. The FBI agent that's watching you, Jose's like, what the fuck?
Something is going on here, and I can't figure out what.
Oh, he's looking up the scary gifs again.
No, I
I
can't
don't think
look,
it's
I can't
illegal,
look
but you guys gotta check it out.
like that one gif of Danny DeVito just going like, no.
No one wants that.
All right. Are we back in it?
Think so.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so I guess if nobody does anything, the night
We did all of our
Um,
logistics stuff last session.
So as everyone goes to bed, Mitten's gonna fake going to bed and then sneak out the window.
Ooh.
And
Oh, where's he going?
he's just going to search for B. Pearson in the town somewhere. Gonna see if he's at his usual spots and see if he can get any information.
Okay. So you all right, roll me an investigation check while you're looking for B. Pierce. Okay, all right. You go around to your to the bad part of town. And you're able to coax some, not really coax some information, but you're able to find a guy that's just kind of like hanging out underneath underneath like a lamp and stuff like that. He's just like, it to the normal onlooker, he looks like just like a people watcher, but this guy is on the level with something. You've seen him and his dealings around Bryn Shander, and he's had a bad couple run-ins with the guard, that kind of thing.
He looks a little sketchy.
Yeah,
Type of dude might have some information.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna just walk by him and just kind of in thieves' camp be like, "Oh, excuse me, sir, your shoe is untied."
And he goes, "Oh, indeed it is. Please allow me to lace it up," as he bends down to tie his shoe.
Is he wearing sandals?
Damn it! No, he is.
It's weird.
Royal.
What are those?
He's wearing like Crocs. Oh,
I'm
please.
trying to and you're wearing his merchandise.
No, nothing like that. But yeah, no, he goes to tie his shoe. And,
does the bunny go around the tree, or do you do the double knot?
and he says knowingly, "Okay, hold on. What are you saying?"
I'm just keeping it going.
You guys, this is what you should do. You just say it out loud, right? What, like the thieves can, and then type what you're trying to say.
Okay.
This will be a fun exercise.
Oh man, that's all I had for that. I just wanted to say the bunny goes around the tree.
It's like some guy's like, what the fuck are they talking about?
They're just talking about tying shoes, man. Yeah, they're like really into tying shoes. It's really
there's a subreddit for that.
Anyways, I want to try to ask him if he knows anything about Velish Gant and the prison that he's at. If we can get there somehow.
Oh, okay. Let me see what he knows about this prison that he's
Made of
totally
shoes.
never been in before.
Actually, out of character, is the prison like a known place, or is it like hidden away somewhere where I don't know, like a secret prison?
Let's see.
Is it public knowledge? I guess.
Yeah, Revel's End is the kind of place where it's like, this is where you send the worst of the worst. Like I've mentioned it before, but just to reiterate, it's like the Alcatraz of Icewind Dale. Like this is where you put bad people away forever. and you know, in your circle, some people say they've served time in Revel's End to like build street cred, but you also know it's kind of bullshit because people that go to Revel's End usually don't see the light of day ever again.
Neither do we.
So, well,
They never see the moon again.
I'll take my inspiration away. Okay.
anyways. Gar, roll on the aneurysm.
Oh, it's not a nightmare.
You've done
Is
it.
it D100 or
You've
what
made it.
board?
It's a D1.
Well, Roll20 will let you do that.
I think so.
Oh.
Anyways, but
No.
okay, so are you asking about Revel's End or about Valish Gant? Like specific. Okay, you suffer an aneurysm.
Alright. I couldn't have seen that one coming.
So about Velish Gant, and I guess also a little bit of both, yeah. So mainly him.
The guy looks around. And he starts talking about what kind of laces are best for work boots specifically. But what he says is that what you understand is that Valish Gant, the reason why he was trying to hold this coup was because he was actually trying to establish like a black market of sorts, specifically for unregistered like magic items, kind of a thing, and that when he was sent away to Revel's End, that was actually done as a way for the speakers of 10 towns, they all unanimously decided to send him to Revel's End because it was a way for them to save face in light of what happened. You kind of get the idea that Revel's End is like, Revel's End might not be enough to contain this person, this Valish Gant, but it's been like about 10 or so years. So maybe word on the street was that members of the Arcane Brotherhood were going to come and try to break him out, but that's been happening about every year or so. Sometimes, like, you know, the whispers pick up, but other than that, like, you know, Valish Gant has gotten like a pretty big name in the underground for what he's tried to do. However, you do know that Revel's End, there are some holes in the armor with Revel's End insofar as how their bureaucracy is formed. He says something to the tune that you might be able to buy your way in or something like that. Something to that effect.
With dragon gold?
Hey, that'd be a good place to put it. Let the dragon go there.
If we want a jailbreak.
Okay.
Yeah, you're prepared for that. Right?
That wasn't a suggestion. I'm just saying it seems like a great way to have a jailbreak.
All right, let's do this thing.
I mean, the dragon would kill them all, right?
All of those plans we were talking about up until this point, throw those out the window. We're gonna go lead a dragon to Rebel's End.
You got maps for that, right?
No, of course I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's probably a map for Rebel's End.
You got a playlist ready?
Do you even need to ask? Who do you think he is?
General fighting could be good, you know.
On the off chance we go there, you made a playlist.
Sorry, I just saw the dog you're holding.
Yeah, she's a lap dog.
She's baby.
She's been killing me. It's adorable.
She's too much. Like, cannot be alone ever.
But he
As
goes
she
on to
should.
say,
Right.
but he goes on to say that Revel's Inn might not be enough to hold him in, but it's also kind of the perfect prison because apparently it's like a wizard's bane.
Good to know.
Anti-magic walls.
I know a few magic guys. They probably won't like that. But thanks, sir. I appreciate it. And remember, double knot is superior. Have a good night.
I'm more of a fan of the Windsor knot, he says, and he trips over his shoes.
That don't have lasers.
Yeah.
He buckled his Crocs to the other one.
he made the mistake of putting his Crocs in defense mode when he should have put them in attack.
Oh my god.
Hold on, which is which? With the strap like behind the heel, or the strap on top of the Croc?
The strap on top of the Croc is defense, I believe.
Well, one of them's off.
Wouldn't that be offense? Because then it can fly off your foot because the strap isn't holding it in.
I don't know.
We got to get the experts in here, I think.
We need the croc mystic.
Does anyone
here.
own Crocs?
I don't.
No.
Crocs.
No.
I know people that do though, and they have those little things they put in.
Like the charms they put in the holes or whatever they're called. I forget, but there's a name for them.
They have a name, and it's like I can't even remember what it is.
Hold on, Croc charms.
Apparently, yeah, attack mode is the one that's where the. Why are we talking about this?
Very important.
Gibbets. They're
That's what it is.
called gibbets.
They're called gibbets.
With a Z. With a Z at the end.
Who in the fuck was drunk that day in marketing?
$1 million
You know
idea.
what? Gibbets.
Jewelry
Because
for
they
your
hang
Crocs.
there.
Gibbets.
That's, you know what? Fucking. Next time, new D&D character idea. Gibbets.
Oh no.
That's how they spell it, gibbets.
Get your Talk of Opportunity merch now selling gibbets.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry,
It would make a
derail.
really good one though.
Oh yeah, that actually
logo?
would. That'd be like a perfect shape for. No, we
Yeah.
can't do this. The
No.
the gibbets market isn't big enough.
I don't know. Our
We
viewers
gotta have
definitely
their
strike me as
despair
cocky.
counter going because
Copyrighted.
I'm feeling it right now.
Okay.
It's only for DMs. It's not.
Ah,
And I'm not despairing over giblets. I think that's a great idea.
as a character, yes. As the rest of the conversation, no. All
I
right,
don't see
moving
it.
on.
I don't see
Sponsored by
anything wrong with
Crocs.
giblets.
Moving on by the
Custom
co-host.
gibbets.
How did that come from?
Anyways. Okay.
Anyway,
So
I'm gonna make my way back to the inn.
okay. So in short, what you learned is that Revel's Inn has kind of earned its reputation, and seems impenetrable, but there might be some holes that you can slip into. Okay.
Jesus.
Sounds good. Mittens loves
No.
black people.
Okay. All right. And with that, a new day dawns on
Ish.
the party. Kind of.
A new day happens.
I feel like it goes from like 0% light to like 5% light.
You know it's dawn because there's a vague kind of light, not enough to actually illuminate something, but like
So
The sky is dark blue and not black.
Just slightly less dark.
It's $5.49 per.
Gibbets.
Minimum. Yeah, minimum for custom made ones. The minimum quantity is 100.
Okay, so you
So
sell them for 10,
yeah, exactly.
and you got
Marketing.
Can we have?
How much could the shipping be on those?
We really gotta market to the Crocs crowd.
Can we get?
That's 100% of our viewers.
I was gonna say, please on the packaging be like, a talk for opportunity gibbets. Heather hates them.
The very concept of a gibbet. An individual gibbet.
Destroy these.
Actually, is gibbets plural as well as singular? It's like an individual gibbets.
One is a gibbet
Yes.
also.
The Jibai.
Can one?
Ooh.
Can one of the gibbets like beat our
Goodbye.
faces? Jose?
No, goodbye. Goodbye, sir. Oh god, I regret looking it up.
Alright.
I regret a lot of this right now.
That's why we can't get anything done.
Well, you
Well,
took your certification. You know what
Let's
this is gonna be
let's
here.
leave.
He could have had regular shoes on, guys. Just think of that.
My
fun.
Yeah, my FBI agent's like, gibbets, what the hell?
It's not as fun if he wasn't wearing Crocs.
Exactly.
Yeah, it changes the whole thing.
So Mittens, you come back to the rest of the group, and
God.
they're talking about gibbets. Maybe they did know where you were going. It's weird.
It's just a really big coincidence, but it's just eerily, it's eerie.
Like, oh, I just learned what gibbets are last night. You guys do?
Weird.
It came to me in a dream.
You noticed Tempest.
A nightmare, even.
Alright, Octavio,
Self-respect. You're a god.
Octavio wakes up by falling off the bed. Ah, jeez.
Anyway, as I'm having morning coffee, I want to tell the group what I learned last night about
Yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs.
the whole.
Pretend nobody saw me falling or heard me.
I
I definitely
it,
saw it. Definitely saw it.
You see Gus is curled up, but his eyes are open, and he's like looking over himself, like at you as you like collect yourself.
He's still holding the jerky that he wrestled from you. He hasn't eaten yet. He's keeping it as a trophy.
Spite jerky.
Yeah. I look at him, just do the whole like,
Octavio, are you fighting with Gus?
what? No. I need some tea. You want anything? I'm gonna go downstairs.
Gus, what did you do?
You see Gus is like.
I don't even have to speak to know what that means.
He fought you for the
Is-
50, didn't he?
Is there anybody downstairs?
I'm downstairs.
The speakers aren't downstairs. You imagine they probably went to wherever their respective lodgings are, which are probably not in
Not
a
here.
place. Yeah,
Yeah.
for
I
like
need-
security reasons.
I need Andrew to determine whether or not Arlagath's sneaking down the stairs.
What?
I'm not just gonna make that call.
Like, is Arlagath sneaking down the stairs? I guess. Sure. That's entirely up to you. I'm not gonna make that call either.
All right. Yeah, Biria comes downstairs looking fresh and refreshed. Just had a shower, ready for a plate of bacon.
I ordered tea for everybody.
All right, enjoy it while you can. We'll be moving a lot soon.
and soon
I'm ready.
it's gonna be hardtack and fish jerky for you guys.
Soon it's going to be. Hey, God, can you cast Goodberry?
I actually did not take Goodberry, but I should.
Oh,
Is
by the way,
do you think they taste good?
Nothing but good berries from here on out.
Oh God.
Also, I did look up the spell to bring back his eye, and yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, it's like
Oh yeah,
what's
you
it
made
called?
a sound.
It's
Regeneration.
Is it like
Yeah.
a diamond or something?
Oh,
No, I
it's,
mean it's not okay. It's not expensive, but you need a powerful person to do it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like you can regenerate like lost limbs and body parts
Oh, that's
with
cool.
it, but it's higher level than Greater Restoration, I believe.
We're not gonna find any people that can do that here.
Like a cleric of a high enough level to cast Rejuvenate.
Yeah.
Forever disadvantage. I love it.
I think that's even. I think it's even out of the purview of a high, like 20 level paladin, because I think it's higher than 5th level spell.
Maybe someone in
Yeah.
Waterdeep could do it.
It's
Someday.
true.
I was
You
gonna
have-
say someday when you get home. We're
Someday
gonna
when I
need
get out.
what happened after the campaign session, just to explore what our characters did later.
Does it do like a freeze frame on us at the end? And it just like
Yeah. With little
Do
text.
like the fucking 80s like epilogue, like movie epilogue,
yeah.
And
or like the end of Legally Blonde.
and Mittens was shipped out to Vietnam.
And Mittens did actually serve some time in Rebel's End for street cred.
But he was able
Demon
to get
history overtook him. and
He could have left anytime he wanted, but he didn't.
out.
He was just
voluntarily
squatting.
Yeah.
Peered into the shadows.
Squatting in the
Mittens was
prison.
squatting in Rebel's End.
They'd come to my
Oh.
cell every day
It's
and
like, what are
ask
you
me,
doing here?
why are you here? Oh, I'm just staying the night, you know. I'm a
We didn't
guest.
process you.
Don't worry about it.
Oh no! Then one day he actually becomes like the head of the prison. He's
Oh,
in
no.
charge now.
Oh,
That is
Warden.
the evil future. Thank you, Warden. It's
Was
the evil
responsible
future
for a
that
prison
Garthol-
riot.
The prisoner has become the warden.
He was hanged for his crimes.
He sacrificed the entire prison to the dragon.
And he was
in exchange
was
for his life.
and he was brought back.
And the
Again.
freeze frame is him just like
You're probably wondering how I got
Everything
here.
is on fire in the background.
All right.
The
Is there
free-
anything else we need to do before we leave Bridge Shanter?
I
Yeah,
don't
let me
think
finish
so.
this joke. No, just like
We
the
say
freeze-
goodbye to Velen, who's definitely not coming with us on this part of the
No.
journey.
The freeze frame is Mittens going through the gallows emotions. You're probably wondering how I got to this point. Actually,
Let's
no.
rewind.
Velen is like you see she's downstairs, she's having breakfast and stuff like that. Do you actually say like goodbye to her and stuff? Just
I mean, it would be
Yeah.
rude not to.
Yeah.
Didn't we have
Um,
something else to ask her about?
Well, we were gonna ask her about Baelish Cant, but that's not like like breakfast conversation.
That's
I-
true.
I haven't had my
Hey, can you tell us anything you know about Baelish Cant? Jokes on her tea,
She's eating her porridge.
eating her
Um,
curds and whey.
Yeah. Anyways, no, actually, as you're saying like your goodbyes and stuff like that, the Professor Orb speaks up and says, Velen, I believe this is the time that we spoke about.
On with us.
And Velen's like, Professor, if you think it's for the best, I completely understand, but you have to understand, I'm going to protest this the entire time. And the professor says, I know, but I believe what these adventurers are up against is, no offense, he says towards you guys, like, no offense, but I believe it might be somewhat out of their depth, and they're going to need all the help they can. If it's
I'm
okay with
taken.
you- if it's okay with you, I and as long as I have their permission and blessing, of course, I would wish to accompany them. However, Velen, I'll always be attuned to you, he says.
That's such like a.
That's like what?
It's such a funny way to say goodbye to somebody.
It is.
Always be attuned to
Tell my
you.
it's like the neutral people from Futurama. Tell my wife I said hello.
Hello.
Can we put him on a broomstick with tape and little hands?
Can he walk by himself?
He
with
Professor
floats.
Skid
Yeah, he floats,
immediately
right?
regrets his decision, and
You know what, Velen? In fact, just put me back in the velvet box, please.
Are you,
admit it,
wait, are you sure we just got them back?
I made a huge error in judgment. No, he says I understand, and believe me, the last thing I want to do is go back out there, but like I said, I imagine you're also going to need all the help you can get. And if there's anything I can do, this think of this as me repaying my debt for you reuniting me with Miss Harple here. Does he actually float? I mean, like, I don't think he can move on his own.
But who's going to be responsible for chaperoning the orb?
To like
Oh, I got it.
He can't
walk around the fingers.
I don't think that works because
Does
he
Mage
actually
Hand carry him around?
conveniently the Professor Orb is just heavy enough to where Mage Hand can't pick him up.
Of course.
I think that's
So he
probably the way.
doesn't. So he doesn't float, right?
No, he doesn't float. Well, I mean, like he, like he'll hover for a bit when he's talking, but he can't like move on his own. He like hovers on whatever surface that he's on, but it's
I have
mechanically he cannot travel on his own unless you roll him down a hill because he is a fall.
I have an idea, but it's for Gar to decide because Gar has a whole shell covered in mushrooms, so maybe he could grow a little mushroom.
Or
Like a
hear me
little
out.
mushroom
Or hear
papoose.
me out. His head goes into his shelf, and then we put the orb on.
Well,
We
then I can't see
replace
where I'm
Gar
going.
with the Professor Orb.
Okay, the orb is only the
Control
size of a
is the gratitude.
grapefruit. It's
All
not.
right, Howard,
Oh,
that's
it
your new
is?
character. We did kill Gar. Now Gar's the Professor Orb.
Guard, just tape it to your shillelagh stick.
Andrew's just like sending Howard these like paragraphs of lore.
I'm just gonna be Voldemort.
All right, so here's what you know.
I'm just.
You just give him a
thinking
copy
in
of the
second
book.
head. I mean, it's that or beer. He gets a little like papoose for him.
It's entirely up to you guys.
We
I have a
don't
quarter
have to
staff. Can I
figure it
just-
out for now.
Can I like fuse it to the top of my quarterstaff?
Melt the orb.
Like a magical staff. You say it's like the
We'll
size of
figure
a
it-
quarter,
we'll-
right?
we'll-
Oh man,
Yeah,
Work it
can
out.
I
Work this
use
out
him
later.
as my druidic focus?
no.
I don't know anything about the
No, I'm just
natural
gonna
odds.
stick him to the to like the piece of wood.
I'm an
that needs
arcane
to-
implement, not a druidic one.
Oh no, I'm sentient. You let go of me. I'm
Let go of me, you brute!
No, take me back. I regret this.
Venom! Venom!
They're animals.
within
just
minutes.
We didn't even reach.
We're
the
not
gate
even
yet.
out of Brinchander.
The shillelagh
I wanna draw a
would
little
be really
mustache.
weird.
Just use him as a shillelagh. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh God! all right.
He's a gibbet on her Crocs.
Oh, there it is.
There's
The
the
despair
despair.
Okay. You know what? I take it
Let's
back.
do it.
You gotta let us get it out now.
What I was imagining was having something like Mimir in God of War, but no, it's gonna be a fucking gibbet.
I mean, that's fair. we just tie it. Like, Swift could probably fashion some sort of like leather, like strapped harness, like to put on somebody's
I'm
like
sure there's
belt.
some way to.
Isn't
Yeah.
that what Heather was talking about? Like a papoose? Isn't that what that
Well, not like a papoose where
Yeah.
he's like on your chest, like holding him like a baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd be asking
That's what I was
questions.
You said like Mimir, he holds him on his like his fucking butt, flap.
That's even worse. That's disrespectful.
Can you,
I mean, he
can I
didn't
not
do it
put
to
up-
be respectful.
Octavio, no.
Not about what? Which one?
No to any of your
Not to any.
Right,
We'll,
none of
we'll
those.
figure it
None
out.
of those.
What's his real name? We just call him Professor Orb.
Professor Scan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Professor, we would be more than happy to have your assistance along the way, and I will do my best to make sure Octavio does not put you in weird places.
Professor goes, I'm sorry, what?
I have a roll of duct tape in my quarterstaff.
Nope, not happening.
I'll fashion
What?
you a nice little like harness.
Out of one of your old quivers.
How old is he? I mean, hold. How heavy
Really
is he?
old.
Well,
More than 10
he's
pounds.
How
5
does
pounds.
Velen not have something for this?
5 pounds.
Yeah.
Velen should have
Oh,
a
that's not that
custom-made harness for this situation here.
Velen had like a box, but it's like a really big, like, clunky kind of thing. Like it has like its own like, little cart and stuff
Professor,
like that. It's like
you know that we will not be able to take that giant crate, right?
No, I completely understand. I believe me.
Just get some leather scraps on the way out of town, and I can make
Uh,
something. It's fine.
I think we have an extra color that we didn't
Professor,
use.
is there any way you would prefer to be carried, and how fragile are you? I just
that's a
want to
good
know.
question.
You'll find I'm actually quite durable, being a magical item. But I
Do not
I
use him.
would-
Do not throw him, Beery.
No, absolutely not. I
I know you like throwing
just
things.
want to know things get a little dangerous out there.
It's a valid question, I think.
I think so. I mean,
I would prefer to be carried in some sort of fashion to where I can see and perceive my surroundings.
I've got it. I will make something.
absolutely.
Okay.
Just double checking. We get hit hard a lot sometimes. A lot of times.
Don't worry. I'm well aware of the dangers that I'm facing, and I am more than prepared to suffer what may.
We appreciate your assistance. I imagine we are, like you said, going to be very out of our depth soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and like I said, anything I can do to help. This is just it's a small amount, but it's the only way I can repay you.
We will take good care of him.
And you see that Velen is in fact quite not cautious. What's the word I'm looking for? Like she's very concerned about this, and she's like, oh, make sure that the professor likes to have a good conversation and stuff like that. So make sure you.
Belen, have you seen this collection of people here?
Okay, he likes to have an intelligent conversation.
Ah, there it is.
I leave that to Octavio.
Hi.
I feel like Mittens.
What about a
So-
variety of conversation? We have that going.
Mhm.
That's
He's not coming with us because we are the most intellectually stimulating. We'll
He
put
just
it
doesn't
that
want to
way.
say that.
I just,
That's it.
it's just want to know.
Can test his knowledge of crimes.
But if he
On the law.
trusts you, I trust his judgment and his knowledge. So I don't want him to go, but I understand his needing to. So please just take care of him.
Well, it's good to part with him on your terms as opposed to having him taken from you.
Yes. I just hope that when this is all said and done, we'll be reunited.
Well, we've successfully reunited you once before, so
I'm counting on it for a second time. So
Very well.
I wish you safe travels and so on and so forth. She says.
And with that, we should likely be off.
Yes. Okay. So I have to make some rolls now. Now, which direction are you heading in?
Eastgate is how we would get to Goodmead, right?
I believe so.
Because 10 Trails goes out the southwest gate.
Mm-hmm. Oh geez. I had to delete the sweep thing for roll20. Let's see.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Hey, my crowns don't look that bad.
No, they look pretty decent.
Yeah,
I copied
actually.
and pasted.
oh, I like those ones.
Did you draw those?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Andrew said that he needed crowns. So I'm like, my skills have been put to the test.
It was.
We would
it
take
was
the
a long-
east way.
It was a long-winded exposition, and Jose needed something to do.
Because originally we took the east way to Goodmead.
Yes.
So take the east way to Goodmead and then Goodmead to Dugan's Hole.
If that's the way you want to go.
And then to the southwest.
However, Dugan's Hole lies directly to the south.
Well, we said we were going to stop through Goodmead.
Okay.
I mean, we can go directly to Dugan's Hole and then to Goodmead.
I mean, I feel like it's faster to go to Good Mead
Fair
than Dukensil.
Yeah.
Because then we're not backtracking.
Fair.
Speed is.
Like we would be cutting across like open tundra
Mm-hmm.
to get to Dukensil from Brunchanter because like there's a road to Goodmead.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like the East Way is a road towards East Haven, but that's what we took initially to get to Goodmead.
Okay.
Because it splits off, and then there's a road along the Red Waters to get to Dukensil.
Let's ride.
Nothing bad ever happens on roads.
Well, it's better than bad things happening in the middle of nowhere.
I think this is
that's-
the place we spotted that frost giant.
Damn,
Oh
we're
yeah,
back
like
now.
session 2 or 3, there was a frost giant on a mammoth.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, good times, good times.
Good
Played
times.
good
times.
We were so naive and
Literally
squishy.
over-
One.
Literally over a year ago.
Callbacks.
Yeah, I think towards Goodmead then south to Dukensil, southwest to Dukensil.
All right, well,
Hole for a second. I was like, oh no.
We got a Verby problem to deal with. We don't want
Alright.
we don't want a second speaker from Goodmead to get killed by a Verby.
Yeah, probably not.
I kind of imagine the second speaker learned from the mistakes of the first speaker, or I should hope. All right, so you guys are leaving the sanctity of a town, which means I get to roll the the random encounter dice. So,
You can't be coy about that.
Dragon dice. Oh fuck! Oh
Dragon.
no! I said that too short.
Frankly, it would only be fitting that we come across a dragon on the East Way, because that's where we ran into Arviaturais the first time.
I hate all this.
why?
Mr. Orb, do you get cold?
I lack flesh and blood, so as such, I am not privy to the feelings of cold nor warmth. Actually,
But do you have
Huh.
any wants or desires?
there's always a desire for learning and books.
Do you feel anything? I tap on the glass. Ting, ting, ting.
Hey,
Yeah.
Octavio, what'd I say?
Don't be rude to the professor.
I'm curious.
Every time you tap on the glass, like little wisps of light, like it's like, yes, please stop that.
Octavio,
Okay.
it's imagine your entire essence of yourself in a little sphere. Would you like if somebody came and tapped on your sphere?
I just want to know.
Would you
I'm-
like that
Uh-oh.
thing?
This is information. This is information for the future. Now I know not to do that, and when we're fighting, to be careful.
Okay.
Yes, please don't do that again. That's
Don't tap on the glass.
now I got to move all these goddamn crowns. That you...
Oh,
all right.
Crowns.
I know, but they have to go bye for right now. I'm sorry. They'll come back, I promise. Or will they? Anyways, so as you're getting to learn the Professor Orb a little bit, as you know,
I keep asking him like all kinds of questions.
like what?
Everything I always wanted to know.
Like what? I'll answer them to the best of my ability. And
Ask
that
him
can-
at
No, like dumb shit, like why is there so much yellow snow?
Oh,
Or like
no.
why are trees so tall?
because
They're not that tall here.
you actually see the Professor Orb like make a mage hand, and he's like, okay.
Swift never feels closer to the Professor Orb than in this moment. Because Swift has been fielding these exact questions since the beginning of the campaign whenever they're traveling.
Oh,
Swift
man.
is just glad that somebody else is getting them.
young tiefling, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you give me back to the Goliath?
Yuri already
No.
has like her hands extended to you, just like
Who would win between a fight between a golden dragon and a white dragon?
Well,
Let's
that's a
assume
good
they're both
question.
ancient.
nobody's stuck in
Although-
between the two.
I don't know
All
why
right.
I have this knowledge, but probably a gold.
Golden dragons are the most powerful, the metallic dragons, so it would
Oh.
stand to reason that depending on the
If
age,
there's two giants and one of the giants falls, so the other
All
giant.
right, Octavia, that's
He
snacky.
doesn't- no, he-
And I just hand you a ration, and I like pop the
But I'm not hungry.
Orb out of your
Here's
hand,
a
like,
here's a
take it back.
query that you might be more interested to answer, Professor.
Oh, I don't
what-
get him.
Oh, no.
Slaps your hand away.
I
What?
takes my snack.
What can you tell us about Valish Cat? You don't have to answer now.
that could be it for next time question. We're
Okay,
nearing
good.
10 o'clock.
Okay, good. It's gonna have to be for a next time question because as you,
I
asked
felt
that
like
question-
it felt like a good like stop moment.
Okay, because as you ask that question, you come across a small creek, so
Oh,
small
no.
it can a small. Why was the oh no?
Oh no.
Because you roll for encounters, and I'm just waiting
It's
for
just a
something.
creek.
I'm just waiting.
we're all just looking at the creek.
just-
What's wrong with the creek?
Oh, you know what that is?
I don't know.
It is. It's that creek. It's that creek that's surprisingly deep and dangerous, and when you fall into it, you die.
Yeah,
There you go.
you know that one creek.
It's a creek that apparently can hold a white dragon because that's what we're all afraid of right now.
It didn't have one before, but now it
All
does.
right. I'm sorry. Okay, Andrew, continue. This way.
Anyways,
Creek.
you come across so you come across a frozen river, okay, a creek, shall we say,
Mhm.
and what you see is a sight of barbarism and brutality. A tipped over cart of which there were people either using it or inhabiting it, and it's unclear to say. However, surrounding the cart, pilfering through the remains of it, is what looks like a war band of orcs. However, these orcs, while they still carry the insignia of the many tribes logo, the many tribes thing.
Symbol.
Thank you. It's late. The many tribes symbol. You see that floating above their brows are flaming crowns of tarnished brass, and their eyes seem to be glowing with an amber light. And that's where we're gonna pick back up for next
Great.
Oh
section.
man,
Oh,
they're on the
I don't think
shard
the
away.
orc stone's gonna get us out of this one.
Perhaps
Mr. Orb, what's wrong with these orcs?
Mr. Orb, was my
Where do I begin?
warranted there? I think so.
Yeah, your no was at the creek, not the orcs.
We
Mr.
came
Orc.
to a clearing. Something horrific is in this clearing.
Anything happens, oh no.
we're all focused on the creek.
I have
Meanwhile,
learned.
behind us is all this happening. Well, the creek. What's wrong with
I
it?
swear to
Yeah.
God, it's 1 out of 50 with Andrew that it is something completely innocuous. And it's like,
Mhm.
and then there's a
Yeah.
cute little animal. Just kidding. He fucking talks to you and is very sassy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to run the adventure.
No. Sorry, this is like good traumatized. Like all of the
Oh, okay.
It's good
all of the
trauma.
emotions
I-
going through. Where
I like to wait for
Character
I wait for the shoe to drop before I say oh no.
I just know the shoe is dropping mid descent, and I'm just like,
You never know,
Okay.
he could catch it.
You guys come across a log. It's a particularly suspicious log.
that's actually going to be the best part for Andrew. You can just like pull the rug out from under me now. I'm just going to assume everything's bad. So when it's innocuous,
You know
There,
what?
there are people that play though. It's just like everything is dangerous.
You know what? I'm gonna do y'all a favor and not build up. If I roll for the dragon, I'll just be like, "There's a dragon." And then immediately
To be
roll for
fair.
it.
It's just like we're just going through like a normal encounter, then all of a sudden, at top of the initiative order, you see a
Yeah.
a winged shadow.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I don't
Yeah,
know where the
that's a-
shadow came from because there's no sun.
So-
That's the scary part.
Hey, y'all, do me a quick favor. Roll me for initiative. Okay, let's do
No
this.
reason.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You have resistance to cold damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's like the hardest part of like being a DM is that you can't narrate everything. So when you narrate the things, all the players are like, "Oh, that's important. Something's gonna
Yeah.
happen."
Yeah.
You know what
I
I
No,
try
mean?
and
no,
narrate to some
completely.
degree.
that's completely fair. I just, I am
Well, I mean, 'cause-
traumatized by travel
because-
here. Well, we were just
because
talking about frost giants and like this, that,
Yeah.
the other, and I'm just, I
A
instantly
lot
was
has
like,
happened on the Eastway. We're not-
that's why I said, oh no, there's a beery dies a lot here times 2.
Well,
Twice in the same
Just
cave.
Pierce getting PTSD.
You come across the cave.
No,
Not the cave.
not that one. Any other cave?
I'm just saying.
I'm sleeping
The music
outside.
changes. The music changes as the token passes by.
You just hear the Skyrim battle music all of a
Yeah.
sudden when you pass the cave.
Yeah.
but
Slightly
it's like,
faded out.
but it's like if I narrate something like innocuous, like, oh hey, you find like, I don't know, a snow fox and it's playing around in the snow, like it might be cute, but it's like, am I also wasting the player's time by doing this?
You're
That's
expanding the
very
world.
fair. But if I reacted oh no to that, it was completely innocuous, I would be the asshole.
All right.
Oh
I'm
no.
gonna end the stream. Oh, thank you everybody who joined us today for another episode of A Talk with 30. Please make sure to follow us on Twitch, also on Facebook, to stay in touch or up to date. In touch? That's weird. Up to date with our adventures here in Rime of the Frostmaiden. We'll be back next week with another episode. Meanwhile, though, make sure to check us out wherever you get your podcast at, because we release episodes talking about all things RPG, tabletop, and gaming. But with that, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And as always, keep on gaming. Bye.
Bye.